time for Visalia Oaks Baseball, presented by the Radisson Hotel Visalia on AM 1270. Brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers, along with Don Sharp Insurance and Bonding, Singular Wireless, Buckman Mitchell Insurance, the Sunalt Eye Institute, the Glass Shop in Visalia, Cellular Plus Paging in Hanford, Hardcore 4x4 Visalia, Tom Wright in Porterville, and Jim Parsley in Visalia, your local State Farm insurance agent. Now, here's the voice of the Visalia Oaks, Dave Skozin.
Welcome to the second half of the season here at Recreation Park. The Oaks opening things up against the first half champions from the Southern Division, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. It's the only visit to Recreation Park this season for the Quakes. This three-game series tonight through Thursday. Rancho Cucamonga, of course, the affiliate of the world champions, the Anaheim Angels. Tonight, it's Nick Webb making his second consecutive start in the rotation for the Oaks. The Visalia lefties 2-0 going up against the top pitcher from the first half of the California League, Irvin Santana, obviously one of the Angels' top prospects. He'll be on the hill for Rancho Cucamonga tonight. And up next, we'll talk to Oaks manager Stu Cole as the Radisson pregame show gets underway before the Oaks battle the Quakes right here on AM 1270.
Located in the heart of downtown Visalia, experience all the luxuries the Radisson Visalia has to offer. From their award-winning lunch pasta bar to a great dinner, all of your favorites can be found at Bolo's Restaurant. The Radisson Visalia is pleased to be the official team hotel of the Visalia Oaks. On your next trip to Visalia to see your Oaks play, stay at the Radisson downtown and be sure to ask about the friends and family rate. Call 559-636-1111 to make your reservation.
Become part of the Tulare County Office of Education's School to Career program. Join Classic Country AM 1270 along with Lawrence Tractor Company and show students real-world job conditions and job qualities that will last a lifetime. Call Randy Wallace at the Tulare County Office of Education, 733-6101. That's 733-6101 to find out more about schools to career. Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Hardcore 4x4 Visalia on AM 1270. It's the Radisson Hotel Visalia pregame show with a look at tonight's game on AM 1270.
Welcome back to the Radisson pregame show. Today we are with manager Stu Cole because it is Tuesday, and Mr. Cole, the Southern Division first half champion Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are coming into Recreation Park this week, so we'll have a couple of questions about that in a minute. First of all, tell us, you've had a couple of guys banged up in the last week. First of all, tell us where we're at with Jeff Winchester, who was able to play on Sunday.
Well, Winchester had a little bruise finger on his throwing hand, and he was able to take a couple days off, ice it down, and didn't have any signs of being fractured or anything like that on that finger. So he was able to play the last game of the first half and didn't feel anything after the ball game. So he should be pretty healthy and ready to go.
Well, Tony Miller tried to leap over the catcher for Stockton on Friday night and apparently hurt himself on that play. How is he doing right now?
Well, right now he says he's starting to feel a little bit better. We still got to get him in to see the doctor and get it x-rayed, and hopefully there's no tear or anything inside that knee, and get him back out there on the field because, you know, he's a guy that we kind of depend on this ball club and plus the organization. So hopefully we can just get him x-rayed and get everything tested, and he can come back negative, and we can get him out there so we start to feel a little bit better.
You almost answered this, or actually you did answer this for us by watching the game on Sunday. Dan Phillips, who is a right fielder, got ejected from the game at some point on Sunday, so that left you with Melvin Rosario and Sean Barker, who are healthy outfielders and available, and there was nobody else. So Doug Bernier ended up in left field. Is he the next in line to play in the outfield, or is there somebody else that we could see out there?
Well, we have a couple of guys that are in line for that job if we need guys to go out there in an emergency situation. Kevin Sullivan, who just joined our ball club from AA. He played some left field for me last year in Salem. And, you know, Doug was one of those guys that can play pretty much anywhere on the field. And he's kind of reliable to have because we can't stick him out there and probably won't lose anything. So Doug and Sullivan are probably the two guys that we'll probably have to put in that situation if something was to come up.
Do you have any pitchers that would want to or be willing to play outfield?
I'm pretty sure I have a lot of them that would probably want to go out there, but in this case, they won't be.
Now, they have to take batting practice once a week, right?
Yeah, they do. We have our starters come up and take batting practice and once a week whenever we're at home after the first couple of rounds. And, because these guys, they get moved up to AA as starters, they're going to have to hit whenever they play National League teams. So that's why the organization put into that, routine that have the starters hit whenever we come home and take BP.
Which one looks the best at the plate?
Right now, I would probably have to say Hampson probably looks pretty good, and Pavlik, he's taking a couple of hacks out there, but most of those guys look pretty much the same. They all get up there and they try to go deep and see who can hit the ball the farthest.
Okay, now the Quakes are coming in. Their manager is Bobby Meacham, who was a teammate of yours at one point, and he coached the team that you played on at another point. Are you looking forward to being able to talk with him for a little bit this week?
Yes, I am. It's been quite some time since I've seen Meach. I saw him in '93 when he was my coach when I was in AAA with the Colorado Springs, and I haven't seen him since then. So it's going to be nice to see him again and get a chance to talk to him and see how he's been doing. And this is a funny game. You'll probably not see somebody for, years and years, and all of a sudden you get into a league and, things start to happen and you get to see some of those old faces that you saw in years past.
Knowing the type of person he is, how would you expect him to run his team? As far as would they steal a lot? Would they take a lot of pitches? How do you expect that to be?
As I can recall, Meach was very aggressive as a player when he played with the Yankees, and just being on one of the teams that he coached, he liked for his guys to get down and get dirty and play hard. And I expect his guys to come in here and probably run a lot and probably be aggressive with the bats. Looking at their stats offensively, it seems like they swing the bats pretty well. So we just got to be ready. I know they're going to come at us and hit the ball and try to put it in play, try to put some pressure on us.
Now, one of your favorite types of questions: do you have an off-the-wall type of story involving Bobby Meacham?
I do not at this moment, Dave. I do not have an off-the-wall story. All the things that happened with myself and Meach were very pleasant, so I don't have anything at this time.
Well, it doesn't have to be bad to be off the wall.
Well, I can't recall anything right now because, it's been a while, and, right now I can barely remember what happened a couple days ago.
Well, we won a couple of days ago. That can be the next question, and this team has now won 9 out of its last 11 games. What's the difference between the last 2 weeks and any time before that?
Right now we're just, clicking on all cylinders. We're swinging the bats offensively. When we got guys in scoring position, we're coming up with those big 2-out key hits, and pitchers are going out there and being aggressive and, keeping those games to a minimum where we can have a chance to come back and win late in the ball game. So I think right now we just can keep on, with our approach and stay with what we're doing, hitting the ball up the middle, being aggressive early in the count, not letting, those guys get ahead of us and getting us out with the breaking balls late in the count. I think we'll be all right. And, with the addition of, a couple of guys, Slavic and Sheely joining the ball club, I think that adds, a little punch to the ball club. And, we don't have to count on other guys to kind of carry us a little bit. So we're all doing it together. So I think the last couple of weeks, these guys have been doing things that we've been hoping that they could do in this league, whenever they first got here. But it took some time before it started happening.
All right. Manager Stu Cole of the Visalia Oaks, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, Dave. Have a good one.
And we'll be back with more on the Radisson pregame show coming up on AM 1270.
If you're happy with the fact that your truck looks just like Grandpa's, this isn't for you.
But if you want your truck to be tricked up and really cool, get your Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension Visalia. That's because Hardcore 4x4 can take that ordinary 4x4 truck, Jeep, or other off-road vehicle and turn it into something really cool. We're talking straight axle conversions, heavy-duty suspension kits, accessories, gears, and lift kits that'll have you looking over everybody else. Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension across from Lawrence Tractor Company. If you take your off-road fun seriously, Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension Visalia.
No matter how healthy you are now, after age 65, you have over a 70% chance of needing some kind of long-term care. That's why you need long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It can help protect you from the costs of extended care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Tulare, call Jim Parsley Jr. for costs and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance. Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Don Sharp Insurance and Bonding in Visalia on AM 1270.
Welcome back to Recreation Park before tonight's series opener between the Oaks and the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Final and first and only, therefore, visit to Rec Park this season for the Quakes, this series. Let's talk about the MK Medical California League report and tell you, first of all, how the first half ended up. The Stockton Porks, as we knew, were the Northern Division champions for the first half. They finished at 41-29, 3 games ahead of Bakersfield at 38-32. The Oaks, an even 500, winners of 9 of their last 11 games. Visalia gets back to 35-35 for the end of the first half by taking 2 out of 3 from Stockton, and they end up 6 games out. Modesto 9 games back at 32-38. San Jose 13 games out at 28-42. In the Southern Division, Rancho Cucamonga clinched on Sunday with a win over San Jose. So both first half division winners clinched against San Jose. The Quakes, winners of all 3 games in that series and 6 of their last 7, finished 1 game better than Lancaster, 39-31. The Jethawks edged Bakersfield 4-3, but it was a moot point by that time, at least as far as the first half is concerned. Inland Empire 36-34 in the first half, and a tie with Lake Elsinore 36-34 for third place. High Desert at 25-45 finished 15 games out after losing to Inland Empire on Sunday. Now, what exactly does that mean? You can say, okay, Stockton and Rancho Cucamonga are in the playoffs. They both get first round bye. Here's the rest of the way it works in the California League. There is obviously a second half champion that will go on to the postseason. Now, that champion hosts 2 out of the 3 games against the wild card winner out of each division. And so then that's where the records from the first half come into play, because it's the best overall record out of the non-division winners in each division that earn the wild card spot. Now, let's say if Stockton were to go on and win the second half, then they take the top 2 teams in the Northern Division. So right now the Oaks aren't too bad off. Basically, they would have to lose 3 games on Modesto and 7 on San Jose to miss the playoffs, or a combination of something like that, or they would have to not gain 3 on Bakersfield. You kind of get the idea. So they're in the middle of the division, right now sitting as the wild card team. But of course, we'll keep an eye on that throughout the season. Now, as for what happened yesterday in the Cal League, Bakersfield beat Stockton 4-3, High Desert over Lancaster 13-3, Inland Empire over Lake Elsinore 3-1. So Bakersfield is your early second half leader in the Northern Division at 1-0. Stockton's 0-1. Visalia, San Jose, and Modesto yet to play a game. In the Southern Division, Inland Empire and High Desert are each 1-0. Lancaster and Lake Elsinore 0-1. Rancho Cucamonga without a game in the second half, so they're sitting there at 0-0. Tonight the Quakes are here. Modesto's at San Jose. The rest of the matchups remain the same. Lake Elsinore at Inland Empire, Lancaster at High Desert, and Stockton at Bakersfield. That's the MK Medical California League report. Long-term oxygen therapy no longer has to change your daily activities, because Helios puts you back in control. No more bulky, heavy equipment and the bother of frequent oxygen tank refilling. You owe it to yourself or a loved one. Contact MK Medical today to find out if the Helios system is right for you. Call 627-3200. That's 627-3200 for MK Medical. The Oaks and the Visalia Medical Clinic baseball buddies teams are going out onto the field right now. So we will take a break, come back, bring in the starting lineups, and tonight's first pitch between the Oaks and the Quakes coming up on AM 1270.
From manufacturing water pumps to service and repairs, ranchers in this fertile area rely on the expertise of Salt's Pump and Equipment Company of Tulare. Whatever your pump's needs may be, a turbine for pressure or irrigation, propeller for canals and ditches, or sub pumps for dairy and commercial use, the best qualified for design and installation for any of your pumping needs is Salt's Pump Company. 2873 West Inyo in Tulare for 55 years. It's Salt's Pump Company.
Located in the heart of downtown Visalia, experience all the luxuries the Radisson Visalia has to offer. From their award-winning lunch pasta bar to a great dinner, all of your favorites can be found at Bolo's Restaurant. The Radisson Visalia is pleased to be the official team hotel of the Visalia Oaks. On your next trip to Visalia to see your Oaks play, stay at the Radisson downtown and be sure to ask about the friends and family rate. Call 559-636-1111 to make your reservation.
This has been the Radisson Hotel Visalia pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's game up next on AM 1270. Visalia Oaks Baseball is on the air. Presented by the Radisson Hotel Visalia on AM 1270. Brought to you locally by Don Sharp Insurance and Bonding, Singular Wireless, Buckman Mitchell Insurance, the Sunhope Eye Institute, the Glass Shop in Visalia, Cellular Plus Paging in Hanford, Hardcore 4x4 Visalia, and your local State Farm Insurance agents in Visalia, Tulare, and Porterville. Visalia Oaks Baseball on AM 1270.
Welcome back to Recreation Park. Oaks and the Quakes getting ready to go. It's doing the last piece of the national anthem here. Those are two girls, what would you say, between 5 and 6, the children of Sosa, who often performs the national anthem out here on the field tonight. As again, the Oaks are getting ready to take on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Starting pitcher tonight is Nick Webb. He's getting ready to go for Visalia. Let's check the Gas Company starting lineups for both of these teams. Gas Company encourages you to support community organizations. They certainly do in numerous ways. Show your pride in Visalia by attending a game at the newly renovated Recreation Park this season. The Gas Company, a Sempra Energy utility. Leading off for Rancho Cucamonga will be their shortstop Tommy Murphy and second baseman Justin Turner. Jeff Mathis is the designated hitter hitting third. Nick Gorno is in right field hitting cleanup. Mike Elward is at first base, batting fifth. David Gates, the left fielder, will hit sixth. Michael Napoli, the catcher, batting seventh. Maximo Pichardo at third base, hitting eighth. And Nick Kimpton is the center fielder, batting ninth. Visalia's starting lineup presented by the Gas Company goes like this. Shortstop Doug Bernier leading off, and second baseman Jason Nix. Right fielder Dan Phillips will follow and hit third. Ryan Sheeling in the cleanup spot, back out at first base. The DH is Corey Slavic. He'll hit fifth. Sean Barker in the sixth position, playing in left field. Jeff Winchester's the catcher, batting seventh. Justin Lincoln at third base hits eighth, and Melvin Rosario is the center fielder, batting ninth. Irvin Santana is the starting pitcher tonight for Rancho Cucamonga. And we certainly have a lot to tell you about as far as Santana is concerned. But for now, let's talk about Nick Webb, the Oaks starting pitcher. He is 2-0 on the season with a 4.09 ERA, and he is making his 16th appearance of the season, his fourth start. In 44 innings, he has allowed 62 hits, 21 runs, 20 earned, 4 homers, 15 walks, 41 strikeouts, 4 wild pitches, and 3 balks. Last appeared at High Desert last Wednesday, 5 innings, 4 runs, 9 hits, but got the win to improve to 2-0. And leading off, it's the shortstop for Rancho Cucamonga, who takes a swing and a foul ball at the Domino's Pizza first delivery of the game, and it's 0-1. First delivery comes at 6:39, so we've been running about 5 minutes behind for every game in this homestand so far. Just mysteriously, poof, here, you guys are going to be late every day. Next pitch is inside for ball one, so that evens the count at 1-1. Domino's, by the way, can make your delivery fresh and hot. We'll tell you how to get in touch with them in a second. Breaking ball thrown for a strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Murphy. Call Domino's in North Visalia at 732-4040 and in South Visalia at 627-8888. Domino's Pizza. Next pitch to Murphy. Fastball low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Webb was 1-0 on opening day and stayed that way until last Wednesday. Got a win after 2 2/3 innings of relief at Modesto on April 3rd. There's a pitch just off the inside part of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tommy Murphy. Murphy's batting .285 and has 6 home runs, 21 RBI, but 67 strikeouts this year, and he swings and fouls off the 3-2 pitch to stay alive, and the count will remain full. Murphy has been designated as tonight's beer batter, and so if he strikes out, then everyone in the stadium gets 15 minutes to go get a beer for $1. So that's why maybe we could hear an ovation here in just a moment. 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit to short. Backhand by Bernier. Throw over to first in time. They get Murphy by a step, and that's 1 out in the first inning. Justin Turner is the second baseman, and he'll bat next. Turner hitting just .227 this season. He's got 10 doubles, though, 4 triples, and 3 home runs. Turner's a left-handed batter against the lefty Nick Webb. And the pitch to the number 2 man in the Quakes lineup is fouled back. 0-1 is the count. Webb against left-handers this year. Well, they're only hitting .292 off of them, as compared to a .340 opposition average for right-handed batters. 0-1 outside, 1 ball and 1 strike, but even with that, Webb's ERA is just a shade over 4 at 4.09. Webb with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss through a slider, moving away from Turner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeff Mathis, the DH, is on deck. Bobby Meacham is the manager for Rancho Cucamonga. We heard Stu Cole talk about him during the Radisson pregame show. 1-2 pitch, line drive down the left field line. It goes foul off of the fence next to the bullpen, and it's swatted down by a couple of the Oaks in the bullpen, and Isaac Pavlik sprints out into fair territory to go get it. Still 1-2. Meacham and Cole were teammates at one point at Colorado Springs at AAA. There's a pitch inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Because Rancho Cucamonga is hosting the All-Star Game 1 week from tonight, Bobby Meacham is the manager. 2-2 pitch. That's called strike 3. Nick Webb punches out Justin Turner, second out of the first inning. And the next batter is Jeff Mathis. Mathis comes up with a .327 average. That's good enough for 6th in the California League. His teammate, Nick Gorneau, who is waiting on deck, is 7th in the Cal League with an average of .323. But there's a swing and a miss by Mathis. 0-1 is the count on the designated hitter. Mathis with 7 home runs and 39 RBI. There's a pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitching-wise, Rancho Cucamonga has 3 very strong starters who we'll see in this series. There's a called strike, 0-2. However, as a team, the earned run average is a little bit higher than the Oaks. Rancho Cucamonga 5th in the league in team pitching, 4.32. The Oaks 4th at 4.17 in ERA. Pitches low, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mathis. The offense for the Quakes is also, well, it is 4th in the Cal League. Team batting average of .281, which is a full 20 points higher than the Oaks. This one hit well to left field on the run. Sean Barker, he won't get it off the warning track, takes a high skip off the wall. Barker comes up with it, throwing to second is there, but not in time. Sliding in safely with a 2-out double is Jeff Mathis. So there's 1 on with 2 out in the first inning. And here's Nick Gorneau, who we mentioned is hitting .323. Also hitting the ball very well, obviously, but he's got the power, and that's why he's the cleanup man. 19 doubles, 10 home runs, 46 runs batted in for Gorneau. Pitch from Webb to the right-handed batting Gorneau is outside for ball 1. No switch hitters on this Rancho Cucamonga roster. Last year, the Quakes had only 1 left-handed pitcher at the beginning of the season. And when we saw them a few weeks later, they had none. And they've got a few on the roster this year, so they're doing a little bit better from that standpoint. Pitches down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Obviously a much better season on the field for Rancho Cucamonga this year than last. The Quakes finished with one of the bottom 2 records in the Cal Leagues last season. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball from Webb. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jeff Mathis is on at second base after getting his 21st double of the season. There's 2 out here in the first inning, no score. And the 2-1 pitch is hit up the middle. Bernier can't get to it. Up with it is Rosario in center field. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's there, but it's not in time for Winchester to apply the tag. It's an RBI single for Gorneau. Run batted in number 47. And that makes it a 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga lead. Now, from what we understand, the way that Erwin Santana pitches, this is a very bad thing because when he is on, he does very well. And as a matter of fact, is the league leader in earned run average and in winning percentage for pitchers over 10 starts, and the league leader far and away in strikeouts. We'll see if the Oaks can continue to play well offensively against Santana. There's a called strike. 0-1 is the count on Mike Elward. Elward with a .325 average. He has 6 home runs and 30 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it is 1-1. Yeah, 1 ball and 1 strike. All right. Next pitch popped up. Foul, first base side. Ryan Sheely on the warning track makes the catch. In a very slim amount of foul territory here at Recreation Park. And that's the end of the first inning. Rancho Cucamonga strikes first. They get a couple of hits and a run, no errors, 1 left. Bottom of the first inning coming up, the Quakes 1. Visalia coming to bat on AM 1270.
When it comes to insurance, whether personal, contractor insurance, or bonding, you want the best possible coverage at a competitive price. Sharp Insurance is established, a full-service insurance company celebrating their 26th anniversary this year with a track record of quality service and follow-through. Sharp Insurance specializes in commercial insurance and contractor bonding. For contractor liability, property, equipment, auto, business risk, or construction, visit Sharp Insurance and Bonding at 303 Northwest Street in Visalia or call 734-9246.
Need a new car or truck? Let Taggart Buick Pontiac GMC in Porterville figure which incentive or finance plan will give you the lowest possible monthly payment. This is Harry Lowe for Taggart Buick with just one example. A GMC Sonoma pickup. Use the $1,000 rebate for the down payment. Finance the balance 72 months at 1.9% and have a low payment of $249.82 on credit approval. That's right, not 1 penny out of your pocket to drive out this brand new pickup. 2 in stock for immediate delivery. Taggart Buick is out to make June the biggest sales month ever. Take advantage of great deals, great rebates, great financing, and great service. Don't miss the big June sellout at Taggart Buick Pontiac GMC, South Main in Porterville.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Singular Wireless and Visalia Porterville Hanford on AM 1270.
Bottom of the first inning, ready to get underway. Rancho Cucamonga leading Visalia 1-0. Doug Bernier, Jason Nixon, Dan Phillips will be going up against Erwin Santana. Obviously a California League All-Star. And right-handers pitch to Bernier. Switch hitter batting left-handed is in there for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. Santana is making his 15th start of the season. He is tied for second with his teammate Steven Schell, who will pitch tomorrow for most innings pitched in the California League, 89 2/3. And he throws another strike to Bernier. 0-2 is the count. Next pitch to Santana, or from Santana, who swung on and missed strike 3. Blew a fastball right past Doug Bernier. 1 away in the first inning with Jason Nix coming up next. 75 hits allowed in 89 2/3 innings by Santana. Now it's 90 innings. 30 runs scored, 26 earned, 8 homers, 25 walks, 92 strikeouts, which does lead the California League. Next guy in line only has 79. And the pitch to Nix is in there for a strike. 0-1. 4 pitches from Santana tonight, all of them strikes. Santana's 6-1 on the season with a 2.61 ERA. The earned run average leads the Cal League. Pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the road, Santana is 4-0, even though his ERA is almost 2 full runs higher than it is at home, where he's 2-1 at the epicenter. 1-1 pitch coming to Jason Nix is low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Santana's coming off of 2 victories against Northern Division teams. At home against Bakersfield a couple of weeks ago on June 6th, and then last week, June 11th, a win at Modesto. 6 innings, 2 runs allowed there, and the win over Bakersfield at home. He went 8 scoreless innings. And now throws another 1-2 low to Jason Nix, so now it's 3-1. Santana's next pitch is down low for ball 4, so he strikes out one batter and walks the next. Jason Nix reaches with 1 out in the first inning, and that'll bring up Dan Phillips, the right fielder, at 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. His average at 257, and that is about as high as it's been in the last month and a half. Phillips also has 16 doubles and 2 triples this year. Double play depth for the Quakes infield. The pitch to Phillips is fouled off on the first base side. Out of play. 0-1 is the count. Jason Nix on at first. He's stolen 9 bases this year and has been caught 3 times. Crowd tonight at Recreation Park, not too bad for a Tuesday evening. Expecting more tomorrow and Thursday than tonight. There is a pitch that's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, tonight is an Orchard Supply Hardware 2 for Tuesday. You can get 2 general admission tickets for the price of 1. Upgrade the Grandstand Reserve for $1 a piece when you get a voucher from Osh on Walnut near Mooney and Visalia. Nix is running. Pitch to Phillips is swung on and rolled up the first baseline. Grabbed by the first baseman, Elward. He'll apply the tag to Phillips. Out number 2 in the inning. Jason Nix moves on to second base. Not a sacrifice as Phillips took a full swing.
Now batting the first baseman.
And here comes Ryan Sheely. Ryan Sheely is on a 14-game hitting streak. He's playing in his 26th game with the Oaks and has gotten a hit in 22 of his first 25. So Sheely is obviously a guy that the Oaks, as even Stu Cole mentioned in the Radisson pregame show today, have seen a lot of benefit from having in the lineup. But he grounds this one sharply to third, taken by Maximo Pichardo. Throw over to first, and the inning is over, so we'll have to wait and see if Sheely can extend his hitting streak. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left in the Oaks half of the first. We move on to the second. It's 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga on AM 1270.
Hit a home run when you let Buckman Mitchell Insurance give you a quote on personal and business insurance. Buckman Mitchell offers everything from home and auto to workers' comp to group health insurance, and they can help you plan for your children's college education and your retirement. Buckman Mitchell Insurance is locally owned, and they're an independent agency. That means the best possible rates and the best customer service. Call Buckman Mitchell Insurance today, 733-1181. Buckman Mitchell Insurance, serving the community for over 85 years.
Got the handle in my hand, cause I'm falling in the pan, loud pressing bells ringing.
There's something big going on right now at the Palestinian Gaming Center in Lemoore. It's heavy. In fact, it's a heavyweight cash giveaway, tipping the scales at 2,000 pounds. It's 1 ton of cash. The Palace is giving away 1 ton of cash, $20,000 to 1 lucky winner. And that winner could be you, but only if you register to win at the Palace. And through June 20th, there's some pretty heavyweight specials all over the Palace. There's hot seat drawings Monday through Wednesday, ton of cash specials and bingo on Mondays, where $1 buy-in could win you $500. Check out the slot tournaments on Thursdays. And on Tuesdays, if you're dealt consecutive blackjack, you could win up to $5,000. So get into the Palace now and check out the ton of cash on display and register to win. It's a ton of cash, and it could be yours from the Palace Indian Gaming Center in Lemoore. See Palace for details. Contest rules subject to change. Contest ends June 20th.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Buckman Mitchell Insurance in Visalia on AM 1270.
David Gates to lead off this inning, followed by Michael Napoli and Maximo Pichardo. All of these Rancho Cucamonga hitters. The Quakes are in front of the Oaks here at Rec Park tonight, 1-0. Gates on the season is batting .246. He's got a home run, 7 doubles, and 11 runs batted in. Gates playing in only his 19th game as a Quake this season. Nick Webb gave up a double and a single in the first inning to allow the run. And this one's bounced up the middle. Nick's behind second, grabs it, throw to first in time to get Gates by a step. Good play by Jason Nix behind the bag at second base, and a good job avoiding a near collision with Doug Bernier. So the next man up will be Michael Napoli
Now batting, the catcher.
Now
Michael
Napoli.
Napoli.
Oh, it's Napoli? Okay. Michael Napoli. 261 average, 3 home runs, and 22 runs batted in. That's one of the easiest names on this Quakes roster, believe it or not. There is a pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Webb's 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, that's in there for a strike also. 1-1 is the count. A lot of sunshine again today at Recreation Park. 98 degrees at game time. And a little bit breezy with the wind blowing out to center field. Pitches outside. Oh, it's 2-1. Should be the count. Next one from Webb. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb had a strikeout in the first inning. Expected to cool down a little bit tomorrow and a little bit more on Thursday, and then should be a beautiful weekend, and we'll be in Modesto again. 2-2 pitch. Line drive down the right field line. This could be trouble. It is a foul ball. Kicks up some dust on the warning track, just about a foot outside of the line. And so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. No lights yet tonight at Rec Park. A lot of sun all over the place. Just shade being cast by the shadow of the big tree behind the first base grandstand over the mound and between the shortstop and the third baseman at this point. All of the outfield except down the right field line in sun. Home plate and the mound are shaded. 2-2 pitch. Inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Napoli. Maximo Pichardo, we remember him from last year, is on deck. Next pitch swung on and fouled back. 3-2. Rancho Cucamonga is in the middle of just a torrid road trip. They're on a 13-game road trip that will take them up to the All-Star break. And again, they are hosting the All-Star game next week. Swinging a foul back. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball almost rebounded and hit Napoli. He was looking into the dugout to get the next sign, and it almost conked him. Well, torrid, they're on a torrid road trip as it's turned out. Here's a bouncer up the middle. Nix with a longer run this time, can't get to it. And it's through into center field for a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Rancho Cucamonga. There's 1 on with 1 out. And that will bring up Maximo Pichardo.
Maximo Pichardo.
The Quakes opened the road trip a week ago yesterday at Modesto. Played 4 games at Modesto, the only North versus South series this season that included 4 games instead of 3. So 4 games there, then 3 in San Jose. Yesterday off, the Quakes ended up staying in San Jose until this morning. There's a pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Came down here, they'll have 3 in Visalia. Then they go back north to Stockton for the weekend before the break. So 13 games, all on the road in 14 days. Longest road trip for any Cal League team this season. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. Dan Phillips coming in and toward the line. He can't get it. Drops in front of him for a base hit. Phillips, it looked like, was thinking about diving, but he pulled up, and a very well-placed single down the right field line for Maximo Pichardo. Runner at first. Napoli had to hold up, and so he only gets to go to second, holding up in case Phillips catches that ball. So that's 4 hits off of Webb here in the first couple of innings. And the next batter is the number 9 hitter, Nick Kimpton. Kimpton, a left-handed batter, 240 average. A home run and 9 runs batted in. Pitch to Kimpton. That's a called strike. Slider over the outside edge. 0-1 is the count. Visalia infield playing a double play depth. Take a look at Napoli's numbers. He's stolen 3 bases this year and hasn't been caught, but it's a left-handed hitter at the plate. Napoli's at second base. Here's a line drive to left. Barker coming on, dives and makes the catch. And that was a well-played dive by Sean Barker. He dove in a way where it seemed like he was being pretty careful. as not to let the ball go by if he's unable to make the catch. It wasn't like he was on a dead sprint either. Came in running hard, dove as he needed to, and makes the play. 2 down, and we're back to the top of the order. And he did it looking into the sun. So a good play by Sean Barker. Tommy Murphy, the shortstop, is 0 for 1. He grounded out to his counterpart at short, Doug Bernier, for the first out in the first inning. Right-handed batter with 2 on and 2 out in the second, swinging a foul back. It's off one of the support bars, holding up the netting behind home plate. Retrieved by the bat boy. 0-1 is the count. Look back to second base by Webb. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's a called strike in the inside corner. 0-2 is the count. So again at second, Napoli. Ricciardo is at first. 0-2 on the hitter, Tommy Murphy. Webb checks second, and here's the pitch. Inside. Murphy has to back out of the way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Run on 4 hits so far for Rancho Cucamonga. We're yet to get out of the top of the second. Another check of second base. And Webb steps off. Now he's back on. Murphy never left the batter's box. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and a ball coming inside on Murphy. Second strikeout for Webb. It ends the inning and 2 are left on base for the Quakes after they get a couple of hits in the inning and do not score. Bottom of the second coming up. Rancho Cucamonga 1, Visalia 0 on AM 1270.
Honey, where's Mikey? He needs to clean his room.
In the backyard, practicing his golf swing.
You're kidding me, right? Okay, I guess not. When you need to replace one or more of your windows, talk with the Glass Shop of Visalia about Milgard replacement windows. Milgard replacement windows are designed to keep out the heat of summer, and it's not as expensive as you might think. The Glass Shop professionals can install Milgard windows quickly, and be sure to ask about the lifetime guarantee. Call the Glass Shop for a free estimate, 732-5986. They're on the East Main Extension. The Glass Shop in Milgard, clearly the best.
After age 65, almost 3 out of 4 of us may need some form of long-term care. That's why there's long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It offers the care options important to you, like in-home care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Visalia, call Jim Parsley for costs and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance. Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
Rain, frost, wind, heat all affect the ag economy of the valley. Growers can get detailed daily reports from John Hibbler Weather Forecasting that aid in making important decisions. Extensive rain, wind, and seasonal frost summaries, long-range forecasts, degree day and evapotranspiration information, and much more. Reports are available by email, fax, and online. For subscription information, call 1-866-419-3590 or look John up on the web at www.johnhibbler.com.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by the Sun Alt Eye Institute in Tulare on AM 1270.
Two t-shirts at the door, stock. So when you come in that main entrance, turn right, look for that souvenir stand located in the home plate concession stand.
1-0. Visalia trailing Rancho Cucamonga beginning the bottom of the second inning. It's Corey Slavic, Sean Barker, and Jeff Winchester coming up against Irvin Santana. You can bring your youth baseball or softball team to the ballpark through the Visalia Medical Clinic Baseball Buddies program. It's fun and easy. Just have the team out here, up to 12 players, 3 coaches. They get introduced and get to be on the field before the game. And then they get to hang around and watch the rest of the game. It's all free, plus friends and relatives get in at a discount. In addition to that, Visalia Medical Clinic Baseball Buddies program. For information and to book your day, they're filling fast. Call 625-0480. That's 625-0480. Visalia Medical Clinic. All your physicians in one clinic. Open 7 days a week at Hillsdale and Acres in Visalia. Visalia Medical Clinic. Corey Slavic leading off for the Oaks. Fouls off the first pitch on the third base side. He is batting .360. Swing and a foul back to the padding behind home plate. 0-2 is the count on Slavic. Corey Slavic had a heck of a week. Batted .480 over the 7-day period that ended on Sunday. Hit 3 home runs, 8 RBI, was named the California League Batter of the Week. 0-2 pitch, swing and a ball hit in the air to right field. Just jogging a little bit to his right. And making the catch is Gorneau, and that's 1 out in the 2nd inning. Left fielder Sean Barker up next. 244 average, 6 home runs, and I'll take that back. Bernier with a 239 average, 1 home run, and 9 runs batted in. Right-handed batter against the right-handed Santana. Jeff Winchester will take a shot on the mound at Santana this inning also. There's a called strike. 0-1. Again, we're in the 2nd inning, and it's 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. Santana with the 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Shallow right field. Going out to second baseman Turner. He'll get under it and make the catch. 2 away in the 2nd. Trend is not good at this moment. The Oaks have gone an inning and 2/3 with only 1 base runner on a walk. Rancho Cucamonga's only scored 1 over their first 2 innings. They've gotten 4 hits. Santana seems to be having a little bit of an easier time with it than Nick Webb. Here's Jeff Winchester, the Oaks catcher, right-handed batter, takes one low. 1 ball and no strikes. Winchester hitting .238, 4 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. And the next pitch to Winchester, fouled off on the third base side, goes off the fence in front of the dugout. 1-1 is the count. Santana is only 20 years old, out of the Dominican Republic, 6'2", 150, so it's not an illusion when he looks very tall and thin out there. Swing and a miss by Winchester, makes it 1-2. Played all of last season with the low A team for the Angels in the Midwest League. Cedar Rapids went 14-8. Throws a curve to Winchester in the dirt. No swing, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Santana with a 4.16 ERA last season, 2-2. Inside, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Winchester. Winchester was out of action for about a week. He damaged his finger taking some infield a few days ago, and Dan Conway ended up catching most of the weekend. But here's a line drive in the left field. Winchester seems to be healthy right now. He gets quickly all the way to the wall. Winchester with a huge turn at first, but then goes back to the bag. He was about 40 feet past first base, but ended up staying there with a single. So it's the Oaks' first hit of the game, and it was hard hit off of Santana. The next man up is Justin Lincoln. We'll see if the hitting can be contagious once again, as it has been throughout this hot streak for the Oaks. Lincoln batting just .212, 6 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Takes one down low for ball 1. And you mentioned Jeff Winchester hitting .238. Sean Barker batting .239, came up earlier this inning. Lincoln hitting just .212. As Lincoln pops one foul, it's going to get out of play behind the bleachers on the right field side. 1-1 is the count. Barker is still hitting .333 in his last 10 games. Justin Lincoln batting .281 in his last 10 games. So the trends really are pointing upward for the Oaks. Lincoln lines this one to left. Going back and now coming in for it and not able to get to it is Gates. David Gates, the left fielder, went back on the ball and saw that he misjudged it, came in, and the ball still landed in front of him. That's the second Oaks hit of the game, end of the inning. Puts runners at first and second with 2 out in the second inning, and here is the center fielder, Melvin Rosario. Left-handed batter. Rosario. Also with one of the lower averages, just hitting an even 200. No home runs, 7 RBI. He's got a double and a triple to his credit this year. Pitch from the right-handed Santana. Swung on and hit hard to first. It goes off the glove of Elward, but he recovers in time to run to the bag and beat Rosario by a step. Melvin tried to hit it right through the first baseman. couldn't quite do it. No runs, but the Oaks get their first 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We played 2 innings at Rec Park, and it's 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga on AM 1270.
If you're happy with the fact that your truck looks just like Grandpa's, this isn't for you.
But if you want your truck to be tricked up and really cool, get your Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman extension Visalia. That's because Hardcore 4x4 can take that ordinary 4x4 truck, Jeep, or other off-road vehicle and turn it into something really cool. We're talking straight axle conversion, heavy-duty suspension kits, accessories, gears, and lift kits that'll have you looking over everybody else. Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman extension across from Lawrence Tractor Company. If you take your off-road fun seriously, Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman extension Visalia.
The first one stung a little. The second one was brutally painful. Now, experience Gladiator Challenge 3. This one will rattle your cage. Eagle Mountain Casino presents Gladiator Challenge 3. Mixed martial arts fighting at its best. Sunday, June 22nd. Closed fist. Full contact. Fighters locked inside. A cage of steel. Gladiator Challenge 3. The main events featuring Chuck Kim versus Albert Hill. Cole Escovedo versus Jim Kikuchi. Plus, Eagle Mountain Casino's tribal grudge matches. Gilbert Magana Jr. versus John Ellis. Mike Martinez versus Joe Boy. Plus, 12 other fighters scheduled to appear. Gladiator Challenge 3. Sunday, June 22nd. Gates open at 3:30. The carnage begins at 5. Tickets now at all Valley 6 locations. Charged by phone at 888-625-5484. Or at the gift shop at Eagle Mountain Casino. Highway 190, 17 miles east of Porterville. Gladiator Challenge 3. June 22nd. Eagle Mountain Casino. Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by the Glass Shop in Visalia on AM 1270.
1-0 Rancho Cucamonga beginning the top of the 3rd inning. Umpires for tonight's game. We're being told that they have been late coming out, and that's the reason we've been late starting all 4 days in this homestand. It's Dave Ewell, the home plate umpire, and Jake Ewell-Out, the umpire on the bases. So we can expect being a few minutes late to start the next couple of days, as they will be here for those 2 games also. Umpires presented by Visalia optometrist Dr. Steven Serens. From treatment and management of eye diseases, comprehensive eye exams, and glasses in 1 hour, Dr. Steven Serens has many ways to help you see better than the umpires. Call him at his office in Visalia to set up an appointment. That's 737-9690, or just stop by his office. It's in the Costco Shopping Center on Mooney Boulevard. Dr. Steven Serens, Visalia optometrist. Leading off this inning for Rancho Cucamonga is Justin Turner, the second baseman. Left-handed batter, took a called strike, then he takes a big swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Turner is 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out looking in the first inning against Nick Webb. He throws one outside into the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeff Mathis and Nick Gorneau coming out to bat this inning also. Webb's 1-2 pitch is called strike 3 in the outside corner. 1 away in the 3rd inning. So that's a pair of strikeouts looking to Justin Turner. 3 in the game for Webb. Next batter, Jeff Mathis, extended his hitting streak to 9 games with a double down the left field line in the first inning. Actually, it was a double off the warning track to hit off of the wall in left field. And he swings and misses at a changeup from Webb. 0-1 is the count. Mathis waiting on the 0-1. It's hit in the air to center field. Rosario coming on. He won't get it. It's over Jason Nix, the second baseman's head. Phillips, the right fielder, comes up with it, and that's the 5th hit of the game for Rancho Cucamonga. 1-out single here in the 3rd. If nothing else, the singles for Rancho Cucamonga are making Nick Webb throw quite a few pitches here over the first few innings. Nick Gorneau with an RBI single up the middle in the first. 1 for 1 tonight, improved upon his average of .323. Next pitch, swung on and hit up the middle off the glove of Nick Webb. He'll try and recover, flips it out of his glove, grabbed by Sheely. Nice play. 2 out in the inning. On to second, Jeff Mathis. It went right back up the middle, and in a flinching motion, Nick Webb knocked it down with his glove. It rolled toward first base, so he struggled a little bit to recover, but he got over to the ball and scooped it straight out of his glove to the first baseman, and the out is made. Jeff Winchester out to the hill to speak with Webb. Mike Elward, the first baseman, will be the next man up. 0 for 1 with a pop out in foul territory, caught by first baseman Ryan Sheely. Winchester back behind home plate. Elward is a right-handed hitter. He was also at Cedar Rapids last season. In 98 games, batted .263, sent part of the 2001 season in the Midwest League also. There's a called strike, 0-1. Elward, 8 home runs, 43 RBI, so he showed some power numbers in Iowa this season through the first half of the season. 6 homers, 30 runs batted in. Takes one inside for ball 1. And they've held out on the lights tonight, trying to get through a third inning. Still a lot of sun shining on the field. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to second base. Nix a couple of slide steps to his right. Gloves it. Throws over to first. 2.5 steps out of Elward. Inning is over. First inning with Rancho. Cucamonga does not get 2 hits. They get 1. But still no more runs. 1 runner is left. Third 2.5. 1-0 Quakes on AM 1270.
These days, people across the country are all about freedom. The freedom to go, do, and live better. And what better way than with America's Choice Family Share Plan with Verizon Wireless for just $39.99 a month. Cellular Plus Paging can make it easy for you to share more minutes than ever before. Visit the professionals at Cellular Plus Paging, 701 North Main, a block north of the post office in Hanford, or their new store in Kingsburg on Draper today to start sharing more with the ones you love. Subject to terms of customer agreement and calling plan with new 1-year agreement. Other charges, restrictions, and a $175 early termination fee apply. See your authorized Verizon Wireless dealer, Cellular Plus Paging, for detail.
Do you wear contacts or glasses? Are you nearsighted or have astigmatism? Then check out the LASIK eye procedure with Dr. Sinolf at the Sinolf Eye Institute in Tulare. I had the procedure done. I now see better than 20/20. The Sinolf Eye Institute has financing too, so you can afford it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the financing or have better than 20/20 vision. Call for your free consultation at 688-2020. It's a painless procedure. I had a morning appointment and drove to work that afternoon. 688-2020, the Sinolf Eye Institute.
Become part of the Tulare County Office of Education's School to Career program. Join Classic Country AM 1270 along with Lawrence Tractor Company and show students real-world job conditions and job qualities that will last a lifetime. Call Randy Wallace at the Tulare County Office of Education, 733-6101. That's 733-6101 to find out more about schools to career.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Cellular Plus Paging in Hanford on AM 1270.
Now batting for your own shortstop, Doug Bernier.
Doug Bernier leads off the bottom of the third for the Oaks when he led off the first inning. He struck out. Takes a first pitch here for ball 1 down low. 1-0 is the count. 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga. In the bottom of the third, Santana's 1-0 hit foul off the netting above the Oaks dugout, third base side. 1-1 is the count. Jason Nix and Dan Phillips also due up this inning. Every Friday home game at Recreation Park is a Bank of the Sierra player poster night. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. 1-2. Come down to the ballpark. First 500 fans get Bank of the Sierra player posters. They're in full color, presented by Idea Printing and Graphics. And the player on the poster is available to sign in the first half hour. The gates are open. There's a called strike 3 on Bernier, who was 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. 1 out in the third. The next batter, Jason Nix.
The second baseman, Jason
So
Nix.
Bank of the Sierra player poster nights. Every Friday home game at Recreation Park. Next one coming up June 27th, 7:05 p.m. First pitch against the Stockton Forts. For tickets to any Oaks home game, call 625-0480. Nix takes a half swing, but it counts. As called by the home plate umpire Dave Ewell. 0-1 is the count. Nix drew a walk on a 3-1 pitch in the first inning. Next one, swung on and missed. 0-2 is the count. Nix was the first base runner for the Oaks in the game. Next pitch to him. That's taken for a strike. 1-2 on Jason Nix. Urban Santana's next delivery. Swing and a miss. Ball got away from the catcher, and Napoli can't find it. He still hasn't found the baseball. Now he comes up with it. It was only about 10 feet away on the third base side.
Right fielder number 25.
So that's a wild pitch. All right. Second strikeout of the inning for Santana, adding to his league-leading total. But Nix reaches first on the strikeout, courtesy of a wild pitch. Double play depth for the Quakes infield. For right fielder Dan Phillips, 1 on with 1 out. And the pitch to Phillips, swung on and grounded to the right side for a base hit. Nix will move up to second base, stay there. Phillips is on with a single to third. Visalia hit in the ninth. So Santana has not been untouchable against the Oaks.
First baseman.
2 on for Ryan Sheely. Sheely's trying to extend his hitting streak to 15 games tonight. Sheely's 0 for 1, grounded to third with Nix at second in the first inning to end the inning. Right-hander versus right-hander. Ryan Sheely batting .344 coming into tonight's game. 5 home runs, 25 RBI. That's 1 RBI per game played for Sheely. 9 doubles and no triples. Takes one outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 Rancho Cucamonga, third inning, but the Oaks have the tying run in scoring position. 1 out. Urban Santana looks back to second. And the 1-0 pitch. That's outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is a guy who's hitting even hotter than Sheely, Corey Slavic. Two 2-0 though on Ryan Sheely. And Slavic's a left-handed hitter. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul tip back to the padding behind home plate with a thud. 2-1. Visalia has gone through some very streaky times over the last 3 weeks or so. They had a pair of 3-game winning streaks in an 8-day span that was immediately followed by a 5-game losing streak, then a 4-game winning streak, then 1 loss, then another 4-game winning streak, then another loss, and then the Oaks won on Sunday. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 2-2 is the count. The Oaks obviously would like to get another winning streak going or stretch it to more than 1 game here tonight. Sheely could help out with that right here. 2 on, 1 out, third inning, 2-2 pitch. After Santana looks to second, here it comes. It's outside and a check swing. The appeal to Hewlin out on the bases, no swing. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ryan Sheely. As a warm breeze swirls around Recreation Park. Phillips at first, not being held by Elward, the first baseman, who's pretty deep behind the baseline. Double play depth up the middle mixed with a 4-step lead from second. 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4. Ryan Sheely draws a walk to load the bases. Nix reached on a wild pitch after striking out. So he is in third base. Phillips to second. But Sheely at first is Corey Slavic. Slavic's average at .360 coming in. Although Mr. Slavic is 0 for 1 today. Flied out to right in his first at-bat, leading off last inning. Slavic over the last 10 games batting .405. Over the last 5 games hitting .429. Cal League Offensive Player of the Week. Pitch to him is hit in the air, foul on the left field side. The third baseman, Pichardo, gives it a look. It lands out of play in the Visalia Buick Pontiac GMC Barbecue Picnic Deck. 0-1. Slavic in his last 10 games, we told you last week, his last 6 games. He had 3 home runs and 8 RBI. Over the last 10, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. 15 of 37 during that span. 0-1 on him. The pitch from Santana, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Santana. Came inside. No balls and 2 strikes. This is the case where you say, you know what, the Oaks need to score right here. Bases full, 1 out. Any kind of contact with the infield not playing in could get a run home. 0-2 pitch. Outside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck for the Oaks, Sean Barker. 1-0 Quakes. 3rd inning. Santana looking in. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit hard, but foul down the first baseline. Pulled it outside the bag by about a foot, right on the ground. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillips back to second, Seeley back to first. They were both off and running on contact there. Jason Nix, the runner at third. Santana's set. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lined to right field. Moving back on it is Gorneau. He looks up. It's off the warning track. Extra bases. Nix scores. Phillips scores. Sheely to third. Slavic at second base with a 2-run double, and the Oaks take the lead. It's 2-1. The clutch hitting continues for the Oaks. Something that was missing for a month and a half has come to light over the last month or so, and Visalia is leading the top team in the Southern Division. Ryan Sheely ends up at third after the double by Corey Slavic. Slavic comes through with his 10th double of the season. RBIs 36 and 37. Nix and Phillips score. 2-1 Oaks. Here's Sean Barker, right-handed batter. 2 in scoring position, and still only 1 out in the inning. So Irvin Santana, who came in 6-1 with the league's best ERA, had a little chunk taken out of that right there. There's a swing and a miss. 0-1 on Barker. I suppose Santana could still throw 9 innings tonight and get the ERA to go down. But the Oaks have a chance here to put up 3 in the third, or maybe more, if Barker can reach base. Infield back to regular depth. Oaks leading 2-1. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly towards second. Sheely heads for home. The only play for Turner is to first. Gets it over there in time. And it's now 3-1 Visalia. Sheely scores. Slavic the third. RBI ground out for Sean Barker. He's up to 10 runs batted in this season. And with 2 down, here's Jeff Winchester, the catcher. 1 for 1 in the game, and the Oaks' first hit was a single left in the second inning. No activity whatsoever in the right field bullpen for the Quakes, and no sign of anyone coming out of the dugout just yet. 3-1 Visalia leading third inning. Winchester with an open stance, waiting on the pitch, and he grounds it slowly to second base. Coming in a little bit is Turner. He'll scoop it up off the dirt, throw to first, 3.5 steps ahead of Winchester. And the inning is over. But the Oaks score 3 times in the third to take a 3-1 lead. And they do it on only 2 hits. 1 man is left. Fourth inning up next. 3-1 Oaks on AM 1270.
Fans and Vita carpet cleaners. All your carpet cleaning needs at the price of that.
Finally, that vacation you've been planning is just about here. Whether you'll be hooking up the trailer and heading to the coast, taking the horse trailer to the high country, or taking the boat to the lake, for towing or making the haul easier, get into your Pick 'em Up Truck Store. Pick 'em Up Truck Stores are towing specialists. Whether for telescopic trailer towing mirrors, which look factory and help big time, or for draw-tight hitches, wiring, ball mounts, bike and cargo carriers, electric brake controls, transmission coolers, all the things you need to make the haul work right. Heavy or uneven loads can compromise the handling, ride, and safety of your pickup, van, or RV. Level the load front to back and side to side with Firestone air helper springs installed on the suspension. You can easily compensate for every road condition from a full load to empty. And it all gets professionally installed right there. Pick 'em up truck stores in Visalia on East Main and on Center, in Tulare on the corner of Mooney and Tulare, in Hanford on 8th Avenue, on Olive in Porterville, in Clovis on Clovis Avenue, and 2 in Fresno on Blackstone and West Shaw. Hit a home run when you let Buckman Mitchell Insurance give you a quote on personal and business insurance. Buckman Mitchell offers everything from home and auto to workers' comp to group health insurance, and they can help you plan for your children's college education and your retirement. Buckman Mitchell Insurance is locally owned, and they're an independent agency. That means the best possible rates and the best customer service. Call Buckman Mitchell Insurance today, 733-1181. Buckman Mitchell Insurance, serving the community for over 85 years. Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Jim Parsley, your local State Farm agent Visalia on AM 1270.
3-1, Oaks leading as we move on to the 4th inning. Visalia with a 3-run third off of the top pitcher in the California League. Meanwhile, Nick Webb has scattered 5 hits over the first 3 innings and allowed just the 1 run so far. David Gates, Mike Napoli, and Maximo Pichardo do up for Rancho Cucamonga in this inning. Coming up on Saturday, June 28th, it's an Alpine Meats type night. They're presenting bouncing baseballs. They look like real baseballs, but they bounce a whole lot more. Alpine Meats bouncing baseballs come into the first 500 fans at the 7:05 p.m. game on Saturday, the 28th of June, as the Oaks host the Stockton Ports. For tickets to any Oaks home game this season, call 625-0480. David Gates is the left fielder, 0 for 1 with a ground out to second his first time up. Actually grounded it straight up the middle, and the second baseman, Jason Nix, made a pretty nice play. Takes a called strike to make it 0-1. Lights on at Recreation Park. Still some sun in left and center field, and right over second base. 0-1 pitch from Webb. Well, that was a changeup that just floated high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Webb with a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another changeup. That time it went over the plate, and Gates failed to connect. Down to the count 1-2. David Gates, a 21st round draft pick a couple of years ago. Went to the University of Alabama. So was likely a teammate of former Oak Jeremy Brown, who was here last year. This ball's well hit to center field. Rosario goes back, watches, and forget about it. Home run out of here to center field for David Gates, his second home run of the season. And he cuts the Oaks lead down to 1. It is now 3-2. RBI number 12 for Gates. Leadoff homer here in the 4th inning. Ball hit out to center field. Rosario went back on it and gave up on it even before he got to the warning track. So that was probably well beyond the fence. It was to the left of the batter's eye. 405 to straightaway center here at Rec Park. So what, about 400, 402 probably for that one? Pitches down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Estimation from official scorer Harry Cargini. We may be looking at 405, 410 for that one. Hit it pretty well. First pitch of ball, then a called strike on Michael Napoli, the catcher. Now 1-1 on Napoli, who has 3 home runs this season and 22 RBI. Pitches outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Napoli, born in Hollywood, Florida, that is. Foul ball out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drafted right out of high school. Another young one, just 21 years old. Went to high school in Pembroke Pines, Florida. There's a called strike 3 in the inside corner, so Webb gives up the home run but comes back with a strikeout. His 4th of the night. 1 away in the 4th with no one on base for Maximo Pichardo. Pichardo had a single to right field in the second inning. And the pitch to Pichardo. He was in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Right-handed batter. Next one. That's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, Pichardo, according to what we have here, has not played in the game for Rancho Cucamonga this year until tonight. Takes one outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Pichardo was with the Quakes last season. Batted .250, only made it through 51 games. And he swings and fouls one on the first base side, 2-2. The year before, in 2001, he played 3 games with the Quakes, but then went to Provo, which is the rookie league team for the Angels in the Pioneer League, and then to Cedar Rapids. Hit over 300, hit over 360 in Provo, but only 208 at Cedar Rapids. 3-2 on Pichardo, and the next pitch is bounced on the first base side. It's foul, so the count will remain full. Nick Kimpton, the center fielder, should get a chance to hit this inning also. Check the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard here in just a second. Blitz Sports Bar, the place to be after the game on Locust Air Center in downtown Visalia. Blitz Sports Bar. Time is called for. Pichardo stepped down. Now he stands back in. The pitch from Webb is down low for ball 4. And so that's the second base runner of the inning. Tying run on for the Quakes in the 4th. Nick Kimpton, the center fielder, comes up next. 0 for 1 with a line out to left field in the second inning. Check the National League scores on the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. Colorado playing at home against San Diego tonight, the Oaks parent club. And the Rockies are trailing the Padres. It's 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. Kimpton, a left-handed batter. Webb throws over to first. Pichardo, a guy who has shown some speed. Last year he was 7 of 12 in 51 games with the Quakes. And in 2001, between the Rookie League and Low A, he stole 23 bases. Called strike on Kimpton, 0-1. Another throw to first, and Pichardo gets back. Only one final in the National League so far. The Mets beat Florida 5-0. Everything else still in progress. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and lined to left field. Barker shading his eyes from the sun, couldn't see, and the ball gets past him all the way to the wall. This could tie the game. Here comes a throw into Bernier. He can't make the cutoff cleanly, and we are tied at 3. A scoring all the way from first is Maximo Pichardo. That'll go as an RBI double for Nick Kimpton. A line drive to left when Sean Barker was holding up his glove, trying to shade his eyes from the sun, and he didn't see it till it landed very close to him, and it just got past and went all the way to the wall. So the Oaks got the benefit of the sun in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Quakes returning the favor here in the top of the 4th. Runner in scoring position with 1 out in the 4th. Game tied at 3. Back to the top of the order in Tommy Murphy. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Shows bunt, pulls back, pitches outside for ball 1. 3-3 tie in the 4th. Webb looks back to second. Here's the 1-0. A bunt try. First base side. It rolls foul. Running past the ball was Murphy. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Back to second goes Nick Kimpton. More on the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. Bottom of the 9th inning in Philadelphia. The Phillies and Atlanta tied at 4. Bottom of the 10th. That means the game's over. If Cincinnati's at home against the Cubs and are up 1-0 in the bottom of the 10th, that would be a final. Bottom of the 7th in Milwaukee, Cardinals pounding the Brewers 9-1. Look back to second, no throw. Bottom of the 8th at Houston, Arizona, and the Astros tied at 3. And now the runner goes, pitches inside, and It hit the batter. And so back to second goes Nick Kimpton. Tommy Murphy hit by a pitch. He hit the deck. And that'll put 2 on with 1 out. At least it brings back the possibility of a routine double play for the Oaks. But now, 2 are out in a tie game with only 1 out. And we're back to Justin Turner, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Webb. Top of the second inning, Dodgers and Giants in Los Angeles tonight. No score. Montreal and Pittsburgh was rained out. They'll make that one up as part of a doubleheader tomorrow. Look back to second and no throw by Webb. We'll check on the American League scoreboard as we are out of the interleague play mode. Check on that next half inning. Here's a called strike to Turner, 0-1. Webb with a check of second base, 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 0-2. Jeff Mathis, who has 2 hits tonight, is on deck. At the plate, it's Turner with 2 strikeouts. Seems at face value that it would be a good idea to try and retire Turner at least right here. Next pitch outside, a slider that Winchester had in his glove, and he was looking around for it. Couldn't quite find it. Maybe a leftover from the finger ailment there if he's having trouble feeling the ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Turner. Time is called for. Turner stepped out. Now the left-handed batter stands in. Lefty Nick Webb with his 1-2 offering. It's called strike 3. Justin Turner has been called out on strikes all 3 times up tonight. 4th inning, and he's already got the hat trick. 2 away for Jeff Mathis. He's looking for a hat trick of his own. Double and a run scored in the first, single last inning, but was stranded at second. This inning, he's got Kimpton at second and Murphy at first. 2 runs in here in the 4th. Game tied at 3. Webb. And the look back to second, now facing the right-handed Mathis. Runners go. Pitch is low. Throw to second, not in time. Double steal for Rancho Cucamonga. Kimpton to third, and Murphy on to second base. Tommy Murphy, the leadoff man, now has 10 stolen bases on the year and hasn't been caught. Nick Kimpton has 9 steals, and he's been caught 3 times. 1-0 on Mathis. Next pitch, that misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Those 2 stolen bases, by the way, were both presented by Performance Sound and Security. Reminding you to keep your car safe from theft. Make it sound good, too. Call the Alarm and Stereo Professionals at Performance Sound and Security. 636-7861. That's 636-7861 for Performance Sound and Security. Another breaking ball misses in the dirt. And so it's 3-0 on Mathis. Nick Gorneau is on deck. 3 guys in a row hitting over 320. And Webb is 3-0 on the first of those 3, on the verge of loading up the bases. 3-0 pitch hit on the ground to third. It's a fair ball taken behind the bag by Lincoln. Long throw to first. It's off the glove of Sheely and bounces away. 1 run is scored. Moving to third is Murphy, and that's got to be an error on Justin Lincoln. The ball was there on time, and it's short hopped over to first base.
Now batting, the right fielder.
And so Kimpton scores, and Harry Carginian, the official score for the Oaks, mulling the decision. Mathis is on at first. Here's Gorneau. 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and a ball hit back to the mound. That is an error. Charge to the Oaks. First of the game, so the run to Kimpton scored is unearned. But Rancho Cucamonga's in the lead, 4-3. First pitch to Gorneau is down low for ball 1. Boy, that's too bad, too. Swinging away at 3-0. They get Mathis to hit a ground ball. And Lincoln just made a poor throw to first, albeit a long throw. Just didn't get it over there. There's a called strike. 1-1 is the count. And it would have been there a step and a half ahead of the runner. And Shealy couldn't come up with the ball cleanly. And no use now pointing fingers. 1-1 with 2 out. Still runners to the corners. This ball's hit in the air. Foul on the first base side. Shealy gives it a look, and it lands somewhere down in the concourse on the right side of the stadium. 1-2 is the count. Mathis at first, Murphy at third. 1-2 pitch. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs in this inning for Rancho Cucamonga after the Oaks had a 3-run third. And the Quakes are back in front 4-3. Webb ready. And here is the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went around, says the home plate umpire, Dave Ewell. That's strike 3, and the inning is over. But the Quakes send 8 to the plate. They scored 3 times on only 2 hits. There's 1 error in the inning, and 2 men are left. We played 3.5, and it's 4-3 Rancho Cucamonga on AM 1270.
If you're happy with the fact that your truck looks just like Grandpa's, this isn't for you.
But if you want your truck to be tricked up and really cool, get your Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension Visalia. That's because Hardcore 4x4 can take that ordinary 4x4 truck, Jeep, or other off-road vehicle and turn it into something really cool. We're talking straight axle conversion, heavy-duty suspension kit, accessories, gears, and lift kit that'll have you looking over everybody else. Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension across from Lawrence Tractor Company. If you take your off-road fun seriously, Hardcore 4x4 on the East Mid Extension Visalia.
No matter how healthy you are now, after age 65, you have over a 70% chance of needing some kind of long-term care. That's why you need long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It can help protect you from the costs of extended care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Porterville, call Tom Wright for costs and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance. Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
While a look out the window can tell you what the weather currently is, growers require more of a heads up to help them make decisions affecting the bottom line. John Hibbler Weather Forecasting can provide that information by fax, email, and online. Each offers detailed rain, wind, and seasonal frost summaries, evapotranspiration and degree day information, long-range forecasts, and much more. Put John's weather forecasting skills to work for your ag business by calling 1-866-419-3590 today, or look him up on the web at www.johnhibbler.com.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Jim Parsley Jr., your local State Farm agent Tulare on AM 1270.
And now batting for your Visalia Oaks, Justin Lincoln.
(4-3) Oaks trailing going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Got 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to take the lead. Now Justin Lincoln, who committed the error to allow the lead run to score, leads off. He took a ball and then pops one foul behind home plate over the seats, and it's now 1-1. Melvin Rosario, Doug Bernier due up this inning also. Lincoln is 1 for 1 with a single to left. And he takes ball 2 down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The place to get information, news, weather, sports, nationally, locally, is KC24.com. And Lincoln's hit by the pitch. Came inside on him. And so now 1 player for each team has been hit by a pitch tonight. And the Oaks have the leadoff man on here in the 4th inning, which happens to represent the tying run. The next batter is Melvin Rosario, 0 for 1 on the ground out to first. Left-handed batter. But, next chance you get, punch up KC24.com. Place to go. Which is also, or was also, a link to the Visalia Oaks Stadium webcam, which here Rosario lays down a bunt, rolls foul, third base side, 0-1. But we've had a lot of trouble with the webcam this year, so we apologize for that. Folks on the West Coast Wireless Network can see the picture. So go ahead and punch that up, get a live shot of Recreation Park. Other than that, I guess they've tried everything, and it just doesn't connect somehow. Not quite sure what the problem is. Anyway, KC24 still a good website to go to. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Rosario grounded to first in the second inning. Doug Bernier, the leadoff man, is on deck. Three-step lead at first for Justin Lincoln, who has no stolen bases this year. He's been caught trying to steal twice. 0-2 on Rosario. No one out in the fourth inning. The Oaks are trailing 4-3 against a team that's already in the playoffs, Rancho Cucamonga. Quakes wearing all gray uniforms tonight. 0-2 pitch. Outside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Quakes in their logo-style font across the front. Same way it says Quakes in their home uniforms, which are white. And a royal blue color scheme for the Quakes. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled at home plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Visalia tonight, once again in the home whites. They're 500 in green this year. Not sure about the whites. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down to first. Diving back safely is Justin Lincoln. Rosario out number 1 in the 4th inning. Back to the top of the order is Doug Bernier. Switch hitter. 2 strikeouts tonight, 0 for 2. Bernier came in hitting .216. Next pitch. That's high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Runner goes. There's a swing and a bouncer on the first base side. It goes foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bernier. Jason Nix, the second baseman, is on deck. Checking the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard for the American League. Final score in Game 1 of the doubleheader at Yankee Stadium that was played this afternoon. Day-night doubleheader in the Bronx. 11-2 Tampa Bay beats New York, snapping the 4-game winning streak for the Yankees. Pitches outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bernier. Game 2, the Yankees get revenge and pound Tampa Bay 10-2. Cleveland defeated Detroit 7-4. Everything else still in progress or wasn't played. Lincoln running again. Pitch swung on and missed. Throw to second. Justin Lincoln. Second time we've seen him do that in a week. Slides short of the bag at second base. And that should be the end of the inning. No, it isn't. Oh, it's 2-2. Okay. So it was swing and a miss, strike 2. Justin Lincoln is caught stealing second base. Yeah, he didn't even make it to the bag. Of course, the glove was sitting there waiting on him. And the pitch comes inside to Bernier. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, that would be classified as not even close. Full count on the leadoff man, who has struck out twice tonight. No one on. 2 out. Oaks down a run. Swinging a foul back. Bernier got a piece of it to stay alive. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. The other American League updates. Boston leading in Chicago over the White Sox 5-3. Bottom of the 7th inning. Top 7. Kansas City leading Minnesota 7-3. 3-2 pitch. Fastball inside. Ball 4. Doug Bernier draws a 3-2 walk. So once again, there's 1 on in this inning. We're now 2 out. And here's Jason Nix, the second baseman. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he reached in a wild pitch after striking out last inning and scored. Scored the first run of the game for the Oaks. He became the Oaks first base runner in the first inning when he drew a walk. Throw over to first, and Bernier gets back. Now, Doug Bernier has stolen 8 bases this year and been caught twice. Top of the second inning in Oakland, no score between the A's and Texas. Bottom one in Seattle. Mariners and Angels scoreless. Anaheim, the parent club of the Quakes. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count. Rained out tonight. Toronto at Baltimore. They'll make that one up on July 3rd. 0-1 pitch. Outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Excellent point by Harry Cardini, and if it was at Toronto, it wouldn't have gotten rained out. One pitch. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's really only one of 2 big-time sports stadiums anymore. Well, I guess no, Tampa Bay. That you would consider a real dome. Because all of the newer stuff, 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2. It's more structured. Like you take a look at Seattle, and it's a lot of. I know that Toronto is not a Teflon roof, but it's built in a dome shape. It's what they use to hold it up. But you take a look at Arizona, looks like a big airplane hangar. Not necessarily a dome. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Fouling out of play. What? Montreal? Well, Montreal is just... Don't they just have like a piece of something stretched out over the top of that thing? It's sealed shut. They can't open it in Montreal anymore. Throw over to first. Yes, maybe that was a little too soon to say that. Think about it. Syracuse, the university, has a dome that's suspended by air. Pontiac, they probably didn't rip down the dome even though the Lions moved out. The football team. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a miss for strike 3. Jason Nick strikes out for the second time tonight. This time, he does not reach base. Last out of the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 4. It's 4-3 Rancho Cucamonga on AM 1270.
When it comes to insurance, whether personal, contractor insurance, or bonding, you want the best possible coverage at a competitive price. Sharp Insurance is established, a full-service insurance company celebrating their 26th anniversary this year with a track record of quality service and follow-through. Sharp Insurance specializes in commercial insurance and contractor bonding. For contractor liability, property, equipment, auto, business risk, or construction, visit Sharp Insurance and Bonding at 303 Northwest Street in Visalia or call 734-9246.
If you're looking for value, if you're looking for a real deal on a new Kubota BLRM Series tractor, talk with Farmers Tractor in Porterville, because until June 30th, all 3 series of Kubota subcompact, compact, and utility tractors are available with financing as low as 0% and up to 72 months to pay, depending on the rate and tractor you choose. Plus, you know each tractor is equipped with the big tractor features you expect on Kubota tractors. Quiet, low-emission Kubota diesel engines, power steering, and 4-wheel drive on most models. You also get Category 1/2 3-point hitches and increased hydraulics that give you versatility to work with a wide range of implements. You could have a Kubota BLRM Series tractor working for you right now with financing as low as 0%. There is a minimum of 10% down payment and some exceptions apply. So talk with Bill Kalar, Steve Dirtsey, or Mike Garber about all the details, but don't wait. Call 784-4967 or 1-800-533-4967. Better yet, visit them just past Porterville College on Main.
Farmers Tractor and Equipment Company, the experience you want.
Visalia Oaks Baseball's brought to you by Hardcore 4x4 Visalia on AM 1270.
Leading off the bench for the Quakes, first baseman Mike Elward.
4-3, Rancho Cucamonga with the lead. They're at the plate. Top of the 5th inning, Mike Elward hits one in the air to right field, swinging at the first pitch, and it's caught by Dan Phillips. 1 out in the 5th. Left fielder David Gates coming up next. Michael Napoli will be on deck. Not too soon to start thinking about the 5th of July. That's the date of the Coors Independence Weekend fireworks here at Recreation Park. As a matter of fact, there are not too many tickets left for that one. Swing and a miss. And a fastball, especially the reserved seating. The Oaks expect a sellout that night. The first 2 fireworks shows sold out. And Visalia's had 4 altogether this year sold out. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Again, that's the Coors Independence Weekend Fireworks Show on Saturday, July 5th. Fireworks after the 7:05 p.m. game against the Modesto Athletics. For tickets to that or any Oaks home game, call 625-0480. Pitch is outside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes on David Gates. Again, Gates got the first of the 3 runs last inning with his 2nd home run of the year. 1-2 on him. Next pitch. Just missed a little bit low, it looks like. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb's 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lined to right field. Phillips going back on it. He won't get there. Bounces in front of the warning track and goes to the wall in the gap. Up with it is Rosario and headed for third. Is Gates. The throw to third is there and out at third base is David Gates. A double and then out at third base. 8-6-5 on the out.
Mike Napoli.
2 out in the inning, no one on base. Quakes still up only by 1. I think that was Bernier that grabbed it. We can double check on that. Great relay, one way or another. Rosario into the cutoff man, and then the tag applied by Justin Lincoln at third base. Next man up, Michael Napoli. 1 for 2 with a single, and now he's 2 for 3 with a single. Swings to the first pitch and grounds it through the left side into left field. Took pretty liberal turn at first base and then moves back. That double by Gates. The 9th hit of the night for Rancho Cucamonga. Next to the plate is, actually that was the 8th, and now the single by Napoli is the 9th. Maximo Pichardo up next. Runner goes, pitches a strike, and then no throw down to second base. 3rd steal of the night for Rancho Cucamonga as Napoli takes second base. And for Napoli, it's stolen base number 4. 0-1 on Pichardo, right-handed batter against the lefty Webb. Next pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Napoli is 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts, playing in his 40th game for the Quakes. Looks a little anxious out there at second, like he wants to take off again. 1-1 pitch. Misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pichardo walked and scored last inning. In fact, he scored on a ball hit to left field that Sean Barker lost in the sun and went to the wall for a double. Scored from first. Single to right going the opposite way in the 2nd inning. Next pitch, there's a called strike at the knees. Right over the outside edge, 2-2. You are listening to Visalia Oaks Baseball, presented by the Radisson Hotel Visalia on KJUG AM Tulare. Dave Scozen at Recreation Park. Kevin Philpott, our very well-skilled engineer, tonight at the K-Jug Studios. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul. Hit over to third base. And Bobby Meacham, the manager, coaching over there. Made the play and tossed it into the Oaks dugout. 2-2. Webb took a little too long for Pichardo's liking. He asked for time and gets it. Steps out. Wind starting to gust a little bit once again. Still blowing straight out towards center field. 2-2 pitch. Low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Kempton, who had the RBI double last inning, is on deck. Sean Green is warming in the Visalia bullpen, and he has been for a couple minutes now, so there's a strong possibility that he will be coming on soon to replace Nick Webb. 3-2 pitch swung on and nicked back to the backstop. Count remains 3-2. Green, the right-handed Oaks reliever. Webb, the lefty, still on the hill against the right-handed Pichardo. Pitch swung on and grounded. toward the second baseman. Nix charges, gloves, throws to first, and gets Pichardo by a step. Fielded the ball, one step onto the infield grass. A good play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left in the fifth. We played half of a 9-inning game, and it's 4-3. Rancho Cucamonga on AM 1270.
Hey fans, did you know that the hot dogs served at your ballpark are also served at a major league park? Winner of the famous taste tests over 18 other manufacturers, Alpine was chosen best for taste and healthiest product. They're made in small batches with no extenders or MSG and naturally smoked slowly to retain the flavors. The good news is that you can enjoy Alpine products without going to a sports game. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine meat. They can be found at your local supermarket. After all, anything else is just a weenie.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise. Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Singular Wireless and Visalia Porterville Hanford on AM 1270.
4-1, Rancho Cucamonga leading the Oaks. Moving on to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Visalia Buick Pontiac GMC Barbecue Picnic Deck is worth a look. Newly built this season, Recreation Park down the left field line. Even had to move the fence out onto the field further to fit it in. It's so massive down there. A 4-deck picnic deck, 4-tiered picnic deck. Great place to have an all-you-can-eat barbecue. Food provided by the Oaks. Great for a company picnic, family reunion. You get the idea. Hot dogs, hamburgers, tri-tip chicken. Pick the meal, pick the sides. All you can eat for an hour and a half. The Visalia Buick Pontiac GMC Barbecue Picnic Deck. Call to reserve your date today, 625-0480. Visalia Buick Pontiac GMC, a proud member of the Grupetti Automotive family. Dan Phillips leading off the fifth inning. Lines one into left field, a base hit. And moving over to cut it off is Gates. He'll throw into second over the relay man. And at first with a single is Dan Phillips. Hit a 1-1 pitch into left field. His second hit of the night. Here's Ryan Sheely, still sitting on a 14-game hitting streak, looking to extend it to 15 games. Right-handed reliever up and throwing in the Rancho Cucamonga bullpen. And it looks like might be Austin Dilkey. Swinging a foul back by Sheely, 0-1. Sean Green is done throwing for the Oaks. We'll have to wait and see if he comes out to pitch. Is that him standing there? In the bullpen? It looks like it, so he might not start the sixth inning on the mound for Visalia. 0-1 pitch to Sheely, a fastball inside. 1-1 is the count. Rancho Cucamonga in front, 4-3. First meeting of the season between these two teams as the catcher Napoli goes out to the mound. And these two teams will not meet again until the end of July when the Oaks go down to the Epicenter. There is a called strike. 1-1 is the count. Pitcher warming up in the bullpen is number 46, who we do not have on our Rancho Cucamonga Quakes roster. 1-2 pitch, fouled off on the first base side. Count remains 1-2. Dan Phillips is at first base. Sheely again behind on the count against Irvin Santana. The pitch Swung on and line foul. That's off of the net. Just below the old speakers on the first base side. 1-2. Santana wants a new baseball. Throws it back to home plate. Gets it. Now we're ready for a 1-2. Pitch to Sheely. Swung on, shattered back. Ball rolled on the left side. Picked up by Pichardo. The second for one. Relay to first. Bounces past Elward. And Sheely is going to get to move on to second base. That'll be a ground out on the fielder's choice. Phillips is retired for the first out in the inning. And then the throwing error.
Number 35, Corey Slaughter.
Allows Sheely, who reaches on the fielder's choice, to move on to second base. Next batter, Corey Slavic, the DH. Fly to right in the second inning, then a two-run double to the wall in right center in the third. Left-handed batter. The pitch to him is bounced on the right side. Sheely's headed for third, and the ball gets past Turner at second and into right field, but backing him up nicely was Gorneau, and that'll be a hit because it did take a bit of a high hop. And so Slavic gets his second hit of the night. Sheely to third. Runners at the corners with one down for Sean Barker. Barker had an RBI in the third inning to drive in a run. Came on a ground ball to second. He's also popped to shallow right and a ball caught by the second baseman. 4-3 Quakes. Well, the Oaks are threatening here in the bottom of the fifth. Barker took an extra second out of the batter's box, and now he steps back in. And the pitch from Santana. Swung on and grounded on the left side. The shortstop, Murphy, grabs it to second for one. Relay to first. Not in time. Run scored. Another ground ball RBI for Sean Barker, and the Oaks have tied it up. Ryan Sheely comes in from third base. Slavic retired at second on the fielder's choice. And really a great play by Murphy, the shortstop, tampering to his right, threw it to second, not far ahead of Slavic. But Barker was able to beat it out at first base and get the second RBI of the game. That's 11 on the season. And we have ourselves a tie game once again with Jeff Winchester to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single. He hits this one in the air down the right field line. Giving chase is Gorneau. And it bounces off of the walkway in front of the last section of bleachers down the right field line. On a play, 0-1. Winchester down to the count. No balls, one strike. Single to left in the second inning. That was the Oaks' first hit of the game. Rounded to second to end the third. Swings and lines this one into center. No, not into center field. Turner, the second baseman, backs up and catches it, and that's the end of the inning. But the Oaks, in a very sloppy inning, are able to tie things up. There are 2 hits in the inning, but the run that scored is unearned. And there is one error in the inning, 1 man left. We played 5. It's a 4-4 tie at Rec Park on AM 1270.
What's that? I need my allowance.
He's casting into the pool, practicing for that fishing trip.
Great! I love fish.
Then again, steak is always good.
Need to replace windows in your home? Let the Glass Shop professionals install Milgard replacement windows quickly and easily. The Glass Shop also makes it comfortable with easy financing and 90 days same as cash. Call the Glass Shop for a free estimate with Milgard replacement windows, 732-5986. 732-5986. It's not as expensive as you think. They're on the East Main Extension, the Glass Shop, and Milgard, clearly the best.
Located in the heart of downtown Visalia, experience all the luxuries the Radisson Visalia has to offer. From their award-winning lunch pasta bar to a great dinner, all of your favorites can be found at Bolo's Restaurant. The Radisson Visalia is pleased to be the official team hotel of the Visalia Oaks. On your next trip to Visalia to see your Oaks play, stay at the Radisson downtown and be sure to ask about the friends and family rate. Call 559-636-1111 to make your reservation.
Become part of the Tulare County Office of Education's School to Career program. Join Classic Country AM 1270 along with Lawrence Tractor Company and show students real-world job conditions and job qualities that will last a lifetime. Call Randy Wallace at the Tulare County Office of Education, 733-6101. That's 733-6101 to find out more about schools to career. Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Buckman Mitchell Insurance in Visalia on AM 1270.
Top of the sixth inning, the Oaks did bring on Sean Green to pitch in place of Nick Webb. Webb goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs. 3 of the runs were earned. 9 hits allowed. Webb got 3 strikeouts on 1 guy, against 1 guy, Justin Turner. 6 total for the game. He hit 1 batter and issued 1 walk. Sean Green pitching for Visalia. Green on the season has pitched in 23 games, 36 in the 3rd innings. 34 hits, 24 runs, 18 earned. He's allowed 24 walks, has struck out 23. He's 1-3, has an ERA of 4.46. And the first batter he's facing is Nick Kimpton, who tried to lay down a bunt and hit it foul all the way over to the on-deck area. Kimpton with a freak RBI double into left field in the 4th inning, a ball that Sean Barker lost in the sun. 0-1 is the count. Right-hander's next pitch hit to Lincoln sharply at 3rd, but he plays it well. In on the grass, throw to first in time. 1 out in the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order. And it's Tommy Murphy, the shortstop. Murphy taking an extra second in the on-deck area before he steps up to home plate. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Then went on to steal his 10th base of the season. 0 for 2 officially. Ground out to short and a strikeout. Murphy, left-handed batter. Sees the pitch from Green. Ooh, tough fastball that time. Swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count on Murphy. Hear the commotion in the background. Again, Murphy is tonight's beer batter. $1 beer for 15 minutes. If he strikes out, he swings and misses with another Green fastball. 0-2. So Sean Green is rearing back and throwing some heat against Murphy. Next pitch from Green, swung on and bounced foul on the first base side. Tommy Murphy played with Rancho Cucamonga in 2001 for part of the season. 50 games there and 74 in Cedar Rapids. He only had 190 with the Quakes that year. And with Cedar Rapids last year, got the average up to 270. Walked 40 times, but he got 115 strikeouts. 0-2 pitch, swinging a foul back. 0-2. This season, he's got 1 strikeout tonight. So that's 68 strikeouts on the season for Murphy. Obviously, the Angels would like to see him cut down on that quite a bit. Guy out of Florida Atlantic University. Green with the 0-2 pitch again. That's outside on a fastball. Tried to get Murphy to chase it. And it moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murphy was a 3rd-round pick by the Angels in 2000. 1-2. Inside. Crowd wanted strike 3. Didn't miss by too much. It was a good slider thrown by Sean Green. 2-2 is the count. Green's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tommy Murphy strikes out for the second out of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Justin Turner, who struck out all 3 times he faced Nick Webb, a left-hander. Turner's a left-handed batter. We'll see how he does against right-handed Sean Green.
Second baseman, Justin Turner.
Green's pitch. That's in there for a strike. Threw him a breaking ball. 0-1 is the count. Turner worked it to 2-2 in the first inning, struck out on a 1-2 pitch in the third, struck out on a 1-2 pitch in the fourth. Here's a ground ball to third, taken by Lincoln. Throw to first, no problem. Got Turner by 2.5 steps. And the Quakes go in order for the first time tonight. Bottom of the sixth inning coming up next. 4-4 tie at Rec Park on AM 1270.
Baseball season is in full swing. The sun is out, the days are longer, and it's time to play ball. For many of us, this also means that it's time to clean up our cars, change the oil and filter, and get ready for a busy summer on the go. When you change the oil in your vehicles, remember to recycle the used oil and filters. Recycling is the only safe way to keep oil away from our streams, rivers, lakes, oceans, and recreation areas. Besides, recycling is easy. Just call 1-800-CLEANUP for the address of a service station, Quick Lube, or household hazardous waste collection near you. A friendly staff. These centers will take your oil for free. So go on, finish that cleanup job the right way, and then come watch the Visalia Oaks clean up on the baseball dive. California Integrated Waste Management Board wants to thank you for all of your recycling efforts.
Do you wear contacts or glasses? Are you nearsighted or have astigmatism? Then check out the LASIK eye procedure with Dr. Sinolf at the Sinolf Eye Institute in Tulare. I had the procedure done. I now see better than 20/20. The Sinolf Eye Institute has financing too, so you can afford it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the financing or have better than 20/20 vision. Call for your free consultation at 688-2020. It's a painless procedure. I had a morning appointment and drove to work that afternoon. 688-2020, the Sinolf Eye Institute.
Hit a home run when you let Buckman Mitchell Insurance give you a quote on personal and business insurance. Buckman Mitchell offers everything from home and auto to workers' comp to group health insurance, and they can help you plan for your children's college education and your retirement. Buckman Mitchell Insurance is locally owned, and they're an independent agency. That means the best possible rates and the best customer service. Call Buckman Mitchell Insurance today, 733-1181. Buckman Mitchell Insurance, serving the community for over 85 years.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by the Sinolf Eye Institute in Tulare on AM 1270.
Leading off the sixth for Visalia, third baseman Justin Lincoln.
All right, we are back for the bottom of the sixth inning, a 4-4 tie, and the leadoff man for the Quakes, Jeff Mathis, swung at the first pitch. First time he hadn't been on tonight. Hit one out to right field.
Center fielder, Melvin.
And that's not true because that's the Quakes, and this is the bottom of the sixth inning. See what happens when we get distracted in between innings. Justin Lincoln, also the first time he hasn't been on tonight, had singled and was hit by a pitch earlier. Flies out to right. Melvin Rosario coming up with one out, no one on base, and Doug Bernier. We're in a 4-4 tie. Rosario, left-handed batter, took ball one outside from from Irvin Santana. Pitches inside. We got all the tall, skinny guys mixed up. Maximo Pichardo is at third base tonight. 2-0 is the count. We did get an identification on the guy warming in right field, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was because he just told me and I didn't write it down. Here's a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop, Murphy, behind second, makes a great play. Throw to first in time. They get Rosario by less than a step. Great job by Murphy, who's made a couple of good plays at short tonight.
Oaks leadoff hitter, shortstop, Doug Bernier.
Next batter, Doug Bernier. And Bernier is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. College World Series as we check on the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. Stanford beats South Carolina 13-6. I believe these are both elimination games now. Here's a ground ball up the middle by Bernier. That gets through into center field for a base hit. So there's one on with 2 out in the sixth inning. And Jason Nix will come up next. Texas is leading Miami 5-1. That's in the top of the seventh. Again, College World Series.
The second baseman, number 8, Jason Nix.
So let's see who's left in the College World Series. South Carolina is gone. Stanford is left. They've already lost once, though. And Texas and Miami have each lost a game, so whoever survives there. There's a swing and a hard hit ball to third base. Backhand by Pichardo. The second for one. They get the fourth, and the inning is over. Bernier is out at second base despite his hard slide. Nix hits into the fielder's choice to end the inning. So we move on to the seventh. Still a 4-4 tie at Red Park on AM 1270.
As they pass through the aisles. Thank you for doing your part. It's time for the result.
These days, people across the country are all about freedom. The freedom to go, do, and live better. And what better way than with America's Choice Family Share Plan with Verizon Wireless for just $39.99 a month. Cellular Plus Paging can make it easy for you to share more minutes than ever before. Visit the professionals at Cellular Plus Paging, 701 North Main, a block north of the post office in Hanford, or their new store in Kingsburg on Draper today to start sharing more with the ones you love. Subject to terms of customer agreement and calling plan with new one-year agreement. Other charges, restrictions, and a $175 early termination fee apply. See your authorized Verizon Wireless dealer, Cellular Plus Paging, for detail.
No matter how healthy you are now, after age 65, you have over a 70% chance of needing some kind of long-term care. That's why you need long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It can help protect you from the costs of extended care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Visalia, call Jim Parsley for costs and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance. Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
Rain, frost, wind, heat all affect the ag economy of the valley. Growers can get detailed daily reports from John Hibbler Weather Forecasting that aid in making important decisions. Extensive rain, wind, and seasonal frost summaries, long-range forecasts, degree day and evapotranspiration information, and much more. Reports are available by email, fax, and online. For subscription information, call 1-866-419-3590 or look John up on the web at www.johnhibbler.com.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by the Glass Shop in Visalia on AM 1270.
For the Quakes, designated hitter, Jeff Mathis.
Top of the seventh inning, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game, 4-4. Now, Jeff Mathis is leading off. He's been on base all three times tonight. Double, single, reached on an error. So officially he's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Takes a pitch inside for ball one. Quakes with 9 hits, the Oaks with 7. Next pitch swung on in line to center field. That's a base hit. So Mathis has his third hit of the night, improving on what was already the 6th best average in the California League, 327 coming in.
The right fielder, Nick Gorneau.
Nick Gorneau is the right fielder. 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the first. He's hit one back to the mound and struck out last time up to end the 4th inning. That ends a streak of 4 in a row retired by Oaks pitching. Sean Green blew through the Quakes in order in the 6th. First time they've been set down in order tonight. Check swing by Gorneau. And he did not go around, according to Jake Hewlin, off the bases umpire. And so it's 1-0. Mathis over at first base has 5 steals and 6 attempts this year. Green just looks over there and Mathis gets back. Once again, game tied at 4. One-0 pitch. Swing and a miss with a fastball. 1-1. Next in the series of the Quiznos Sub Bobblehead Legends of the Cal League series is Pedro Martinez wearing a Bakersfield Dodgers uniform. This will be coming up on Friday, June 27th, 7:05 p.m. first pitch. Throw over to first, and Mathis gets back. Call the Oaks to get your ticket today, 625-0480. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped on the first base side. Green lunges for it, can't get it. Shealy makes the play and then flips it to Green. And that's 1 out in the 7th inning as Mathis moves on to second base. Mike Elward, the first baseman, comes up next. Elward, 0 for 3. Popped out in foul territory, grounded a second, fly to right. Let's Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. We've got some California League updates. First of all, we'll tell you there's been a triple play in the Cal League tonight. Pitch is down low. 1-0 is the count. Winchester goes out to talk to Sean Green for a quick second. Triple play came with The base is loaded for High Desert in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lancaster turned the triple play and kept the game scoreless. They're now in the top of the fifth. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Elward. At Inland Empire, they're in the bottom of the fourth inning. 66ers leading Lake Elsinore 3-1. 1-0 pitch, swung on and hit hard up the middle. Bernier takes it behind second, slides and spins and throws to first. Great play again. We have seen some suspect things happen defensively tonight with the balls lost in the sun, but some great plays, especially out of the shortstops. So really the middle infielders all the way around tonight. 2 out as Elward is retired, and Mathis moves over to third. Bernier moved to his left, gloved it sliding on a knee and spun all the way around and didn't miss a beat, got up and threw over to first. Now Jim Bennett, the Oaks pitching coach, will come to the mound as David Gates for Rancho Cucamonga, who's got a home run and a double tonight, gets ready to hit. This is our Peninsula Messenger Service mound visit. No doubt Jim Bennett is out there to deliver a message to his pitcher, Sean Greenley. You can get your message there on schedule as well by calling Peninsula Messenger Service. 734-6328. That's 734-6328 for Peninsula Messenger Service. Jim Bennett back to the third base dugout. Green tugging on the bill of his cap, still staring straight down, getting ready to go against Gates. Gates is 2 for 3 with a solo homer to lead off the fourth, a double in the fifth inning. Ended up stranded at second. Takes a called strike. 0-1. Take that back. That double in the fifth inning was when he was thrown out, trying to stretch it into a triple. Rosario to Jason Nix to Justin Lincoln on that 8-4-5 out at third. There's a swing and a miss and a fastball from Green. 0-2. So maybe the instructions from Jim Bennett were just look, reach back and fire him in there. You can get your fastball past this guy. It's working tonight. And so far, it has worked. He's ahead 0-2. Next pitch, fastball just missed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gotta believe that Green is at least in the mid-90s tonight. Gates waiting on the 1-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Just powered right past him and struck him out. So the leadoff single by Mathis does no harm to the Oaks. He ends up stranded at third base. Green has retired 6 of the first 7 hitters he's faced tonight. And we've reached stretch time at Recreation Park. It's still tied at 4 on AM 1270.
Thanks. Enjoy the game.
Yes, free bumper stickers.
I still can't get the last ones off the car.
You know, if you've got stubborn stickers, peanut butter works as an adhesive remover. Just spread it on, let it sit for a couple of hours, and the sticky goo will come off easy.
Really?
I work at Osh.
Oh.
Sweet stickers and peanut butter.
The answers are out there. We'll help you find them. Osh, complete hardware and garden.
For anyone using bulk oil, propane, lube products, diesel fuel, or gasoline, like the trucking company, farming operation, commercial manufacturing, Don Rose Oil of Visalia has been serving the area since 1972, featuring the Citgo brand. Most everyone knows how competitive the petroleum industry is, so it's no surprise that individual prices are competitive as well. And Don Rose does their best to offer farming operations, shops, manufacturing, and commercial accounts at the lowest possible prices. So what makes Don Rose Oil different? Service, plain and simple. Since 1972, Don Rose, a locally owned and operated business, has watched this area grow and grown with it, providing Citgo lube oil and Mystic lubricants for farms, shops, commercial and industrial organizations from 500 to 10,000 gallons. Don Rose also has gasoline for the general public and commercial accounts. They also offer new accounts many different startup specials. For Citgo and Mystic lube and oil services and supplies with a difference, talk with the friendly staff at Don Rose Oil and Propane on Ben Maddox just north of Maine.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Cellular Plus Paging in Hanford on AM 1270.
Well, I figured out who the mystery man is for Rancho Cucamonga. It's Dustin Griffith. He apparently has been with the Quakes for most of this season. However, he went up to Double-A for about a week, and so through that process, he was removed from the stat sheet. He is not on the most current roster we were provided by the Quakes. And so this was a blind side for us, and the broadcaster for Rancho Cucamonga. Great guy, that Rob Brenner, but he doesn't even have an ERA or anything on this guy. So we'll just say that he's been with Rancho Cucamonga for most of the year, and now he's pitching tonight for the Quakes against the Oaks. As the heart of the order comes up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dan Phillips and then Ryan Sheely and Corey Slavic. Phillips tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a run scored. Grounded out to first base in the first inning. Actually, it was up the first base line, and the tag was applied by Mike Elward, the first baseman. And the pitch to Phillips is a breaking ball that misses outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch hit hard, and it's a foul ball past third base. Bounced right in front of the bag. Crowd here didn't seem to appreciate that ruling by the home plate umpire Dave Ewell. But he was right on top of it and called it foul, and Stu Cole was right there also. He didn't argue too much either. Dustin Griffith is in his 2nd year in the organization. Griffith graduated from Dakota Ridge High School, which is in Littleton, Colorado. 1-1 pitch, grounded up the middle. That's into center field, a base hit. Dan Phillips has his 3rd hit of the night. 1 on. With nobody out in the 7th inning and a tie game. Here's Ryan Sheely. Sheely has scored twice tonight. Reached in a fielder's choice last inning. Or in the 5th inning, his last time up, walked in the 3rd. In the 1st, though, he grounded out the 3rd and is officially 0 for 2 tonight. Pertinent because he needs a hit to extend his hitting streak to 15 games. Phillips dives back to first, head first. Dan Phillips, 5 stolen bases this year. He's been caught 5 times. Dustin Griffith, 22 years old, born in Galesburg, Illinois. Pitch is down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Still lives in Littleton. Went to Seward County Community College in Liverall, Kansas. So he's been all over the Midwest and the Eastern Rocky Mountain states. And he's pitching tonight for the Quakes, 1-0. That's outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes. Griffith last year at Cedar Rapids, 5-4 in 45 games, all relief appearances, 3.91 earned run average. Couple of saves. Struck out 52, walked us 25, and Sheely hits this one in the air to right. And Gorneau makes the catch to retire Sheely, 1 down in the 7th inning. Phillips still at first. Now we start to think about how Ryan Sheely might not get a chance to extend that hitting streak again. DH Corey Slavic has 2 hits tonight. 2-run double in the 3rd, single in the 5th. 2 for 3, had a fly out to right in the 2nd inning. Sheely epitomizes power pull hitting. Although he's had a couple of opposite field home runs this year. Throw over to first, and Phillips dives back. Sean Barker is on deck. The other Cal League scores we didn't give you in the top of the inning. Bakersfield in the top of the 3rd, leading Stockton 3-0. Modesto in front of San Jose 6-1. That's in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see. With Sports Bar Out of Town scoreboard. Pitch to Slavic. Outside, they pitched out. Throw down to first, and Phillips dives back. For some reason, they're really looking for Dan Phillips to run here. I guess Bobby Meacham, the Angels manager, knows or feels he knows Stu's style. Top of the 6th inning now at Dodger Stadium. We have an update. Los Angeles leading San Francisco 4-0. Sheely waiting on a 1-0. Here it is. Swung on in line to left center field. That's a gapper. It gets past the outfielders and heads toward the warning track. Phillips being waved around 3rd. Up with it is Tate. No chance. Phillips scores. It's 5-4 Oaks in the 7th. Corey Slavic comes through again. A 2-run double in the 3rd. that gave the Oaks the lead, and now he gives the Oaks the lead again. An RBI double here in the 7th inning, double number 11 on the season. Run batted in number 38. Phillips scores all the way from first base. And the next batter is Sean Barker. He's driven in 2 runs tonight, both on ground balls to the middle infielders. Officially 0 for 3. He's also popped out to the second baseman in shallow right. Right-hander versus right-hander. Dustin Griffith maybe wishes he would have stayed at Double-A. Swing and a miss. I think you wish that anyhow. But a little bit more right now. Giving up the go-ahead run. Another in scoring position with only 1 out, and activity begins in the bullpen down the right field line for Rancho Cucamonga. No one up in the Oaks pen, so Sean Green may come out to pitch the 8th. In fact, he likely will. Barker swings and taps one foul. This rolls past the Rancho Cucamonga dugout on the first base side. Garrett Simpson out there coaching at first base. 0-2 is the count. Right-hander up and throwing for the Quakes is Mike Nicolai. Or Nicoli? Mike Nicoli or Mike Nicolai? Mike Nicoli. 0-2 on Barker. Slavic at second, Oaks up 5-4 in the 7th. Pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Napoli. So it's 1-2 on Barker, and Slavic moves to third. That'll be a wild pitch. So an insurance run is 90 feet from home, standing down at third base. On deck for the Oaks, Jeff Winchester, the catcher. Quakes infield for the first time tonight comes all the way in. Most are even with the baseline, although the shortstop's playing a little deeper. Check swing, and that's called strike 3 on the inside corner. Barker turned his body and the bat with it a little bit, but it's just ruled to be in the strike zone, and that's a strikeout for Dustin Griffith.
Jeff Winchester.
2 down in the 7th. Jeff Winchester 1 for 3 with a single to left. Infield drops back to regular depth. Pitches outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Winchester's grounded to second and lined to second. One and 0, the pitch. That's in the dirt. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 5-4. Visalia has taken the lead for the second time tonight. Boy, when you think back at the types of games the Oaks have been playing really all season, I don't know if we've had the Oaks take the lead twice in any game this year. There's a called strike, 2-1. If you really think about it, has it happened at home? I don't think there's been any where the Oaks have gone in front, fallen behind, and gone in front again, especially as anemic as the offense was for the first couple of months. Here's a 2-1 pitch popped up on the infield. The second baseman, Turner, calls for it, makes the catch on the infield grass, not far from the bag at second, and the inning is over. But Visalia takes the lead. 1 run on a pair of hits, the RBI double by Corey Slavic, and it's 5-4 Visalia, moving on to the 8th on AM 1270.
If you're happy with the fact that your truck looks just like Grandpa's, this isn't for you.
But if you want your truck to be tricked up and really cool, get your Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman Extension Visalia. That's because Hardcore 4x4 can take that ordinary 4x4 truck, Jeep, or other off-road vehicle and turn it into something really cool. We're talking straight axle conversions, heavy-duty suspension kits, accessories, gear, and lift kits that'll have you looking over everybody else. Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman Extension across from Lawrence Tractor Company. If you take your off-road fun seriously, Hardcore 4x4 on the Eastman Extension Visalia.
Hey, bro, toss me a soda. Get your own. Come on, I don't want to miss the game.
Here you go.
Oops.
I may be tall, but I'm not that tall.
Need to replace windows in your home? Let the Glass Shop professionals install Milgard replacement windows quickly and easily. The Glass Shop also makes it comfortable with easy financing in 90 days, same as cash. Call a Glass Shop for a free estimate with Milgard replacement windows, 732-5986, 732-5986. It's not as expensive as you think. They're on the East Main Extension. The Glass Shop in Milgard, clearly the best.
Become part of the Tulare County Office of Education's School to Career program. Join Classic Country AM 1270 along with Lawrence Tractor Company and show students real-world job conditions and job qualities that will last a lifetime. Call Randy Wallace at the Tulare County Office of Education, 733-6101. That's 733-6101 to find out more about schools to career.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Tom Wright, your local State Farm agent, Porterville, on AM 1270.
Top of the eighth inning, Sean Green still on the hill for the Oaks. Visalia with a 5-4 lead. And still throwing hard is Mike Nicoli down in the right field bullpen for the Quakes, so he'll probably come on for the bottom of the eighth inning. No activity in the Oaks bullpen. Green pitched a 1, 2, 3, 6 and gave up one hit to start the seventh, then got the next three in order. So he's been left out there by manager Stu Cole. Mike Napoli, Maximo Pichardo, and Nick Kimpton all due up for the Quakes. And just as we say that, we see Keith Sullivan, one of the three Oaks catchers, go down to the left field bullpen, get ready to warm somebody up. First pitch is a strike on Napoli, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a steal, and a strikeout. And Sean Green's 0-1 is line foul off the net on the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes. Saturday, July 12th, Recreation Park. The Oaks are hosting the Bakersfield Blaze. It's Screensaver Night, presented by KC24 and Computer Services, Inc. There's called strike 3, right over the middle of the plate. And Napoli is out number 1 in the eighth inning. Green has his third strikeout of the night. Maximo Pichardo, the third baseman, up next. 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to second. He walked and scored in the fourth inning. Left-hander Isaac Pavlik is up and throwing in the Oaks bullpen. Pitch to Pichardo, swing and a miss. Now spun himself into the ground on that one, 0-1. Right-hander Ryan Spire up next to Pavlik and is throwing. And again, we'd be remiss if we didn't point out Pavlik 5'8", Spire 6'7". So it's a total contrast with those two out there. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss again. Man, Green is just throwing heat tonight that it seems like nobody can catch up with. And Pichardo is giving it his darndest to try and catch up. 0-2 pitch, swung on and grounded on the third base side. Lincoln to his left, glove, throw to first in time. To one knee, Seeley takes it. Ball gets there a step and a half ahead of Pichardo. That's 2 away in the eighth.
The center fielder, Nick Kimpton.
Nick Kimpton, the center fielder. 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. And a stolen base in the fourth inning. He had a good game in the fourth. Other than that, he's lined to left and grounded to third base. The double, though, was lost in the sun by Sean Barker and left. No problem with that now, as it's pretty much totally dark here at Rec Park. 1-0. And with that in mind, 1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit hard and foul down the left field line. Grabbed by Ryan Spire down in the bullpen. Good play. With that in mind, we want to welcome those of you listening online at KJUGAM.com. Anywhere in the world where you have electricity, a computer, and internet access. How about that for the Harry Carginian qualifications there? There's a ground ball, third base side. Hit foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kimpton. the official website of Classic Country AM 1270, KJUGAM.com. You can get there through oaksbaseball.com, the official website of the Visalia Oaks, updated daily with news and stats and all sorts of things. 1-2 pitch, bounced up the middle. Bernier, the shortstop, waits on it, takes it on the second out, throw to first, just in time. They get Timpton at first base, and for the second time tonight, and against Sean Green, the Quakes go 1-2-3. Bottom of the eighth up next. Visalia leads it 5-4 on AM 1270.
When it comes to insurance, whether personal, contractor insurance, or bonding, you want the best possible coverage at a competitive price. Sharp Insurance is established, a full-service insurance company celebrating their 26th anniversary this year with a track record of quality service and follow-through. Sharp Insurance specializes in commercial insurance and contractor bonding. For contractor liability, property, equipment, auto, business risk, or construction, visit Sharp Insurance and Bonding at 303 Northwest Street in Visalia or call 734-9246.
For anyone using bulk oil, propane, lube products, diesel fuel, or gasoline, like the trucking company, farming operation, commercial manufacturing, Don Rose Oil of Visalia has been serving the area since 1972, featuring the Citgo brand. Most everyone knows how competitive the petroleum industry is, so it's no surprise that individual prices are competitive as well. And Don Rose does their best to offer farming operations, shops, manufacturing, and commercial accounts at the lowest possible prices. So what makes Don Rose Oil different? Service. Plain and simple. Since 1972, Don Rose, a locally owned and operated business, has watched this area grow and grown with it, providing Citgo lube oil and Mystic lubricants for farms, shops, commercial and industrial organizations from 500 to 10,000 gallons. Don Rose also has gasoline for the general public and commercial accounts. They also offer new accounts many different startup specials. For Citgo and Mystic lube and oil services and supplies with a difference, talk with the friendly staff at Don Rose Oil and Propane on Ben Maddox just north of Maine.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Jim Parsley, your local State Farm agent Visalia on AM 1270.
Oh, the things that happen between innings. 5-4, Oaks leading in the bottom of the eighth inning. Nothing that dramatic tonight, but just enough to throw a monkey wrench in the works. You got people putting up signs, and the pitcher's got the wrong number again. What is going on, Harry Cartinian? What was Dustin Griffith's number 46? And this is David Walensky, who's listed as 16 on our roster. He is 21 now, apparently, a right-hander. And so Griffith goes one inning, give up the go-ahead run. Justin Lincoln at the plate. Takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Lincoln is 1 for 2 with a single, a fly to right. He's also been hit by a pitch and caught stealing. 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner, a called strike, 0-2. Don't forget, coming up immediately following tonight's game, the Budweiser postgame show, a complete look at the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard, a recap of tonight's game here, and a look ahead to tomorrow on the Budweiser postgame show, immediately following tonight's game here on AM 1270. Fouled back over our heads, and so the count is 0-2 on Lincoln. Now, Dave Walensky, we do have numbers on. And we can tell you about Walensky as he's just struck out Justin Lincoln looking. 1 out in the 8th. Melvin Rosario, the center fielder, 0 for 3 with a ground to first, a strikeout, and a ground out to the shortstop. Left-handed batter facing the right-handed Walensky. First pitch to Rosario. That's outside and low for ball 1. All right, Walensky pitching for the 23rd time this season. Now thrown 33 innings. Rosario showed bunt. Pitch was outside, 2-0. In 33 innings, Walensky has given up 33 hits, 25 runs, 24 earned, 5 homers, 23 walks, and 38 strikeouts. He's thrown 8 wild pitches and balked once. A 2-2 record with 3 saves, but an ERA coming in of 6.61. Rosario fouls one back. So now the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, no one on base. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Visalia's leading 5-4. Isaac Pavlik is the only one up and throwing in the Oaks bullpen down the left field line at this point. 2-1 pitch. Bunt shown, pulled back, and it's down low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Doug Bernier, the third Oaks scheduled to hit in this inning, waiting on deck. Dave Walensky, born in Fairfax, Virginia, lives in Atlanta. Went to college in Florida. Line drive just over the glove of the leaping second baseman Turner, and out into right field, a base hit. So Melvin Rosario connects for his first hit of the night. That's the 10th in the game for Visalia. 1 on with 1 out. We're back to the top of the order, and Doug Bernier. Keep in mind this inning, that the Oaks would like to see Ryan Sheely come to the plate again and get a chance to extend that hitting streak. You got Nix on deck, and then Phillips, and then Sheely. Bernier, switch hitter, batting left-handed against the right hand of Walensky, takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Bernier singled up the middle in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Rosario is at first. The guy has got some speed. Melvin has 3 stolen bases this year in 6 attempts. 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Now Ryan Spire, the right-hander, is up and throwing for the Oaks. So it looks like maybe he'll be coming on for the top of the 9th inning. It may turn into anybody's guess. 2-0 pitch. Inside, throw down to first. Not in time to get Rosario diving back. 3-0 on Doug Bernier. 1 out, 1 on. Oaks up by a run. Bottom of the 8th. Next pitch. That's called a strike. Bernier was taking all the way. 3-1. Double play depth for the Rancho Cucamonga infield. Throw over to first. Rosario gets back. The other added bonus, of course, if Sheely were come to the plate in this inning. If he extends the hitting streak, the Oaks would get at least another run here. Throw over to first, and again Rosario's back. Because even if there was a second out before then, he would come up with the bases loaded, and to get a hit would drive in a run. (3-1) pitch. That's a called strike. So if you hit a runner, if you hit the ball and it hits a runner, and is that if it would have been a hit, or is it automatically a hit? It's automatically a hit, and that's the 3rd out, and then there you go. Throw over to first, and again Rosario gets back. So that's possible then. So the Oaks could not score in this inning, and Sheely could extend his hitting streak in this inning. Very fascinating, Harry Carginian. Rosario does go on 3-2, and it's fouled off into the net on the third base side. Full count on Bernier. Walensky on the mound. Ryan Spire's ready. Probably Lefty Isaac Pavlik is ready in the Oaks bullpen, too. 3-2 pitch. Well, not yet. Runner goes. It's hit in the air, foul on the third base side. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. 722 the attendance tonight at Recreation Park. Realize this is the first time the Oaks have played a 6:35 p.m. game on Tuesday since the first week in May. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Doug Vernier draws the walk. Rosario automatically gets second base. It's 2 on with only 1 out, and here's Jason Nix. Seemed like for a while all we played was Tuesday and Wednesday night games at home. Out to the mound, catcher Napoli to talk with Walensky. Jason Nix 0 for 3 tonight. But he did score a run after reaching base in a wild pitch on a swinging strike 3. He struck out twice, hit into a fielder's choice to end the 6th inning. In the first inning, he drew a walk. Right-hander versus right-hander. Still a double play depth, the Quakes infield. Pitch to Nix, swing and a miss. Chase the breaking ball, moving away from him. 1 ball and no balls and 1 strike. Vernier is at first, Rosario at third. These are 2 guys that have some speed. Now, if they can get the count in Nix's favor, you may look for a hit and run here or a double steal attempt. Here's a pitch that's low. 1-1 on Jason Nix. Breeze continues to blow out towards center, although not quite as strong as it was at the beginning of the game. 1-1, there's a strike at the knees. 1-2. With Nix up now, Phillips on deck. Stu Cole might just let this one ride. See what his heavy hitters can do. Nix batting .283 coming into tonight. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Chase one, moving away from him. Strike 3. 2 out in the 8th inning and a pair of Walensky strikeouts. And now here's Dan Phillips. Phillips is 3 for 4. Has 3 singles and a ground out to first. Right-handed batter. The pitch swung on and lined up the middle. The second baseman Turner takes a throw to first and plenty of time to get Phillips. And that's the end of the inning. Ryan Sheely left on deck. So the Oaks could put it away in the 9th and win 5-4, or if something happens, Sheely starts the 9th trying to extend the hitting streak. 9th inning on the way next. Visalia 5, Rancho Cucamonga 4 on AM 1270.
Located in the heart of downtown Visalia, experience all the luxuries the Radisson Visalia has to offer. From their award-winning lunch pasta bar to a great dinner, all of your favorites can be found at Bolo's Restaurant. The Radisson Visalia is pleased to be the official team hotel of the Visalia Oaks. On your next trip to Visalia to see your Oaks play, stay at the Radisson downtown and be sure to ask about the friends and family rate. Call 559-636-1111 to make your reservation.
After age 65, almost 3 out of 4 of us may need some form of long-term care. That's why there's long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It offers the care options important to you, like in-home care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Visalia, call Patrick Salazar for cost and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance. Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
Idea Printing and Graphics is a proud sponsor of Visalia Oaks Baseball. Not only are they the area's largest commercial quick printer, but the only one capable of in-house production of virtually everything you need printed, from business cards to billboards. Whether you want the simplest black and white flyer or full-color brochures, custom vehicle graphics, or a 30-foot trade show display, Idea Printing and Graphics is your one-stop full-service source for everything printed. Call them at 733-4149 or visit them at VisaliaIdea.com or 2 blocks east of the DMV at 1921 East Main Street in Visalia.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Patrick Salazar, your local State Farm agent, Visalia, on AM 1270.
Top of the 9th inning, Visalia leading 5-4. Isaac Pavlik is the new Oaks pitcher, replacing Sean Green, who had just a tremendous evening. Green with 3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 3, and no walks. And so now it is up to Isaac Pavlik. Isaac will be trying for save number 2 on the season. He's 2-2 overall, a 6.59 ERA, 28 2/3 of an inning pitched, 37 hits allowed, 24 runs, 21 earned, 9 walks and 22 strikeouts. Pavlik's gone the last 6 innings without allowing a run, and throws one inside for ball 1 on Tommy Murphy, the leadoff man. Murphy, right-handed batter, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. He's also been hit by a pitch. Swings and misses at a 1-0. 1-1 is the count. So Pavlik is in. Ryan Spire, a right-hander, is up and ready to go. 1-1 from Pavlik. That's a called strike. 1-2. You are listening to Visalia Oaks Baseball, presented by the Radisson Hotel Visalia, KJUG AM Tulare. 1-2 pitch, outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, same 2 teams, same time, 6:35 p.m. here at Recreation Park. We'll be on the air with the Radisson pregame show at 6:22. 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul back, bounces off of the net in 2 places, first base side and third base side, then picked up by the bat boy. Count remains 2-2. It's been a heck of a battle tonight. The 2 hottest teams in the California League going head-to-head in this series. 2-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball on the third base side, backhanded in foul territory by Justin Lincoln, and it is 2-2. And really, that is the case when you look at it. Lancaster might put up a good argument. They had won 6 in a row before they lost on Saturday. But the Oaks and the Quakes coming in have both won 8 of their last 10. Visalia 9 of their last 11. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, that missed outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In fact, if you go back to June 4th, the combined record of these 2 teams is 18-5. 3-2 pitch. Fastball too high. Ball 4, and the tying run is on base with nobody out in the 9th inning. As Isaac Pavlik issues a leadoff walk.
The second baseman, Justin Turner.
The next batter is Justin Turner, the second baseman. He's 0 for 4. Turner, a left-handed hitter, facing the left-handed Pavlik. Visalia infield will be poised at double play depth. Jeff Mathis, who is a right-handed batter, is on deck. Bunt shown, and he missed. Offered at it, couldn't connect. It's a strike on Justin Turner. 0-1. Playing 3 steps in on the grass at third is Justin Lincoln. Another bunt shown. 0-1. Bunted back toward the mound. Pavlik goes, no, he looks a second. Throw to first in time at the completed bunt sacrifice. 1 out in the 9th. Moving on to second is Tommy Murphy.
Quakes designated hitter, Jeff Mathis.
And that'll bring up Jeff Mathis, and that will bring on a right-handed pitcher for the Oaks. Stu Cole is going to the mound. Isaac Pavlik has done his job. Cole will likely take the ball from Isaac and make the signal to the bullpen to get the right-hander versus right-handed matchup. And that means this is our recycling relief break presented by the California Department of Conservation. We all like to see a good pitch, and you can make one too, not from the pitcher's mound, but from wherever you happen to be. You can do it by putting your recyclable items in the proper receptacles. The Visalia Oaks and the California Department of Conservation thank you for helping the environment one pitch at a time. Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Back to tell you about Ryan Spire here in the top of the 9th inning. Oaks leading by 1 on AM 1270.
Fellow success seekers, today's message is a simple one. If you want to maximize your dreams and realize the full potential of your life, I am here to tell you that there is just one thing you have to do. Think like a can. Because a can be anything. It just has to be recycled. And once it is, a can possesses that one thing you desire, infinite promise Just think of all the things a can be. A picnic table, a window frame, or playground equipment. It can be that many things and more, and so can you. Because, my friends, to think like a can is to think I can. All you have to do is wake up every morning, stand before the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say, you can.
Recycle. It's good for the bottle. It's good for the can. Brought to you by the California Department of Conservation.
Top of the ninth inning, the Oaks are leading 5-4. There's one out, and Rancho Cucamonga has a runner on second base, although that runner is standing over at third right now talking to his manager, Bobby Meacham. Tommy Murphy, the leadoff man, is at third. Jeff Mathis, will be the batter. He's got 3 hits tonight, including a double and a run scored in the first inning, 3 of 4. Ryan Spire has pitched in 27 games this year for the Oaks. Got his ERA back down under 2. In 28 and a third innings has allowed 26 hits, only 8 runs, 6 of them earned, 1 homer. He's hit 2 batters, walked 10, struck out 38. Spire with a 2-2 record and 3 saves, looking for number 4 right here as a 1.91 ERA. Right-hander versus right-hander, and the pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Think about Spire's motion and what would seem to be a tremendous advantage against right-handed hitters is that it's a sidearm motion. The guy is 6'7" tall, and he sweeps out with the ball, starts behind the batter, and it comes across to the outside of the plate. And the pitch is grounded to third, taken by Lincoln, and he throws the first in time for the out. Moving from second to third is Murphy. And so Mathis is out number 2 in the ninth inning.
The right fielder,
he hesitated at second base. Sheely thought about throwing to third, but then thought better of it. The Oaks get another out here. They get the victory. Last chance for the Quakes, Nick Gorneau. And the pitch is inside. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. Grazed the jersey of Gorneau, the cleanup man, who was 1 for 4 on the night. And so that puts one on at first with a runner already at third and 2 out. And in a way, it's a way to pitch around a guy. Mike Elward coming up next. 2 ways to look at that. All right, you got around one heavy hitter, you're coming to another one. But on the other hand, if there's a big hit in this inning, Rancho Cucamonga now has a better potential to take the lead as opposed to just tie the game. Elward is 0 for 4. He's popped out in foul territory, grounded to second, fly to right, and grounded to short. The pitch from Spire is in there for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. Again, we're in the top of the ninth. The Oaks are leading 5-4. Each team with 10 hits. Each team so far has committed 1 error. At third base, it's Tommy Murphy, and at first it's Gorneau. 0-1, the pitch from Spire. That's a called strike in the outside corner. This game all the way across the plate, and now it's 0-2. The Quakes are down to their final strike. Spire with a look into catcher Jeff Winchester. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes from first, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game. Oaks win, beating the first half champs from the Southern Division 5-4. Budweiser postgame show coming up next to tell you all about it. Straight ahead on AM 1270.
These days, people across the country are all about freedom. The freedom to go, do, and live better. And what better way than with America's Choice Family Share Plan with Verizon Wireless for just $39.99 a month. Cellular Plus Paging can make it easy for you to share more minutes than ever before. Visit the professionals at Cellular Plus Paging, 701 North Main, a block north of the post office in Hanford, or their new store in Kingsburg on Draper today. Start sharing more with the ones you love. Subject to terms of customer agreement and calling plan with new 1-year agreement. Other charges, restrictions, and a $175 early termination fee apply. See your authorized Verizon Wireless dealer, Cellular Plus Paging, for detail.
For anyone using bulk oil, propane, lube products, diesel fuel, or gasoline, like a trucking company, farming operation, commercial manufacturing, Don Rose Oil of Visalia has been serving the area since 1972, featuring the Citgo brand. Most everyone knows how competitive the petroleum industry is, so it's no surprise that individual prices are competitive as well. And Don Rose does their best to offer farming operations, shops, manufacturing, and commercial accounts at the lowest possible prices. So what makes Don Rose Oil different? Service. Plain and simple. Since 1972, Don Rose, a locally owned and operated business, has watched this area grow and grown with it, providing Citgo lube oil and Mystic lubricants for farms, shops, commercial and industrial organizations from 500 to 10,000 gallons. Don Rose also has gasoline for the general public and commercial accounts. They also offer new accounts many different startup specials. For Citgo and Mystic lube and oil services and supplies with a difference, talk with the friendly staff at Don Rose Oil and Propane on Ben Maddox just north of Maine.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Jim Parsley Jr., your local State Farm agent Tulare on AM 1270. It's time for the Budweiser postgame show with a look back at today's game, the Blitz Sports Bar scoreboard, and a preview of the Oaks' next game. The Budweiser postgame show on AM 1270.
The Oaks came from behind not once but twice tonight to beat the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 5-4. We'll tell you all about it coming up. The Budweiser postgame show gets underway here on AM 1270.
It's another exciting season of baseball action with the Visalia Oaks, and this one's going to be the best ever. And everyone at Budweiser and Bud Light want to congratulate the Visalia Oaks with another winning season underway. Remember, whatever you do, this Bud's for you. So make it a Bud Light. Make it a Bud Light. And at the St. Louis, Missouri. Make it a Bud Light.
No matter how healthy you are now, after age 65, you have over a 70% chance of needing some kind of long-term care. That's why you need long-term care insurance from State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. It can help protect you from the costs of extended care. And who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent? We live where you live.
In Visalia, call Patrick Salazar for cost and complete coverage details on long-term care insurance.
Statistics cited in Long-Term Care, Knowing the Risk, Paying the Price, Health Insurance Association of America, 1997.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Hardcore 4x4 Visalia on AM 1270.
Welcome back to the Budweiser postgame show. Time to take our final look at the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. And we will begin with the California League, where tonight, here is what we do know. In the top of the 8th inning, High Desert was leading Lancaster 2-0. In the bottom of the 5th, it was Modesto on top at San Jose, 6-1. Bakersfield leading at home against Stockton, 3-0 top of the 3rd. Inland Empire in front of Lake Elsinore, 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Last reports we had on the College World Series, Texas in front of Miami, 5-1 in the top of the 7th, and it was a final Stanford over South Carolina by a final score of 13-6. Checking on the Major League scoreboard, there were a few finals that we already knew about, and actually there weren't too many finals that we already knew about ahead of time. We will begin, though, at the top of the list and tell you that the Colorado Rockies, the Oaks parent club, was trailing in the bottom of the 8th inning against San Diego, 4-3. The Padres on top, but the Rockies had actually scored in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. So let's see, no home runs yet for Colorado. Ryan Klesko had a couple for San Diego, so he's got 14 this year. But anyway, 4-3 Padres, bottom of the 8th inning. Rest of the National League scoreboard, Philadelphia beat Atlanta, scoring a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. 5-4, the final there, as Rollins led the way for the Phillies with a 4-for-4 night. Final in Florida, the Mets put up 4 in the top of the 9th, beat the Marlins 5-0. Cincinnati over the Cubs 2-1. That was in 10. It was Milwaukee getting crushed at home by St. Louis, 12-3, the final score there. Final in Houston, Astros over Atlanta 4-3. I already told you that the Rockies were trailing at home, and in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Dodgers were in front of San Francisco in Los Angeles, 4-1. Giants had just gotten a run in the top of the 7th. On the American League side of the scoreboard, Tampa Bay won Game 1 of a doubleheader this afternoon in New York, 11-2. It was a day-night doubleheader. Game 2 went to the Yankees, 10-2, the final there. Cleveland over Detroit, 7-4. It was Boston beating the White Sox by the same score, 7-4. Kansas City crushed Minnesota 14-7. It was Oakland leading Texas 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, Seattle over Anaheim 8-4. And the one game that was postponed in the American League, Toronto at Baltimore, Montreal, and Pittsburgh in the National League rained out as well. That's the Blitz Sports Bar out-of-town scoreboard. Back to tell you about tonight's Oaks victory coming up as the Budweiser postgame show continues here on AM 1270.
Do you wear contacts or glasses? Are you nearsighted or have astigmatism? Then check out the LASIK eye procedure with Dr. Sinop at the Sinop Eye Institute in Tulare. I had the procedure done. I now see better than 20/20. The Sinop Eye Institute has financing too, so you can afford it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without the financing or have better than 20/20 vision. Call for your free consultation at 688-2020. It's a painless procedure. I had a morning appointment and drove to work that afternoon. 688-2020, the Sinop Eye Institute.
It's another exciting season of baseball action with the Visalia Oaks, and this one's going to be the best ever. And everyone at Budweiser and Bud Light want to congratulate the Visalia Oaks with another winning season underway. Remember, whatever you do, this Bud's for you. So make it a Bud Light. Make it a Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Make it a Bud Light.
Visalia Oaks Baseball is brought to you by Don Sharp Insurance and Bonding in Visalia on AM 1270.
Welcome back to the Budweiser postgame show. Oaks winners tonight over Rancho Cucamonga 5-4, and it looked tough at the beginning. It had the top pitcher in the California League on the mound, Irvin Santana, 6-1, 2.61 coming in against the Oaks. Nick Webb, 2-0, 4.09, but Webb got touched in the first inning for a Rancho Cucamonga run. With 2 out, Jeff Mathis hitting .327, double to left field. Then Nick Gorno with an RBI single up the middle to drive in Mathis, made it 1-0 Quakes after 1. Visalia would come back, though, in the third inning against Santana after a leadoff strikeout to Doug Bernier. Jason Nix actually struck out swinging, but then reached base on a wild pitch. Dan Phillips singled to right field, followed by a Ryan Sheely walk. And that loaded the bases for Corey Slavic, who delivered a 2-run double out to right center field and gave the Oaks a 2-1 lead. Sean Barker then grounded out to second base and allowed Sheely to score, and the bases were empty. And that was all for the Oaks, but they were up 3-1. However, Rancho Cucamonga came right back in the top of the fourth inning. David Gates led off with his second home run of the year, RBI number 12, cut the lead to 3-2. 2 batters later, Maximo Pichardo drew a 1-out walk. Nick Kimpton then doubled and drove in Pichardo all the way from first. He hit a line drive out to left field that Sean Barker lost in the sun, and it ended up going all the way to the wall. Kimpton later stole third base after Tommy Murphy was hit by a pitch to put runners at first and second. They both stole on the same play, and then there was a strikeout by Justin Turner, but then a single by Jeff Mathis Mathis reached on an error, didn't get an RBI on that one. He had singled the inning before that, and so that allowed Kimpton to score, and it put the Quakes in front 4-3. The error on a ground ball to third hit to Justin Lincoln, who played it deep behind third base but couldn't get the throw over to first in a clean way. The Oaks came back in the fifth inning to tie the game up. Dan Phillips led off with a single. Ryan Sheely hit a ground ball to third that went for a fielder's choice, and then he moved on to second when there was a throwing error as the Quakes tried to turn a double play, and the ball got away from the first baseman. Sheely ends up at second base. Corey Slavic singled into center field, and then Sean Barker, with runners at the corners, hit a ground ball to short, drove in his second run of the night in the ground ball. He's got 11 on the year, tied the game up at 4-4. 6 innings for Irvin Santana tonight, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned allowed. Then came Dustin Griffith, who had just come from Double-A. He'd been there for about a week or so. We did find out he was 1-0 with 1 save coming in, pitching for Rancho Cucamonga. He gives up a leadoff single to Dan Phillips, who went 3 for 5 in the game. Ryan Sheely then flied out to right. That was Sheely's last at-bat. We'll tell you more about that in a second. Then Corey Slavic had an RBI double to the gap in left center field. Phillips scored all the way from first, gave the Oaks a 5-4 lead, and that's all they would need tonight. Sean Green, in relief of Nick Webb, pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Isaac Pavlik pitched the third of an inning. Ryan Spire got the last 2 outs in the 9th inning, even though he hit a batter. Faced 3 hitters and got 2 of them out, and so he ends up with a save in this one. Ryan Sheely was on deck in the 8th inning when Dan Phillips grounded out to end the inning and strand 2 on base for the Oaks. So Ryan Sheely's hitting streak ends at 14 games, but he still hit safely in 22 of the first 26 games for the Oaks this season. Final totals in this one tonight for Rancho Cucamonga: 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Quakes strand, 10 on base? And the Oaks with 5 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. They strand 10 on base. Winning pitcher is Sean Green. He improves to 2-3. A save to Ryan Spire. His 4th, a loss to Dustin Griffith, who falls to 1-1. Time of the game tonight, 2 hours, 35 minutes. The attendance 722 here at Recreation Park. Tomorrow night, same 2 teams, 6:35 p.m. first pitch. We'll be on the air at 6:22 with a Radisson pregame show. Kevin Philpott, our K-Jug engineer tonight, thank you very much. We appreciate the help. A fantastic job as always. And thank you to you for listening. I'm Dave Scose, and once again, the final score: the Oaks beat Rancho Cucamonga 5-4, improved to 1-0 in the second half, and 36-35 overall this season on AM 1270.